where after looking into the vault chamber and discovering a couple of magic items that you guys have still yet to dole out or use or quander upon, the vault room was mostly uneventful after a certain somebody dispelled all 3 magical presences that would totally have been a bigger issue if they were dispelled. Regardless.
Damn, sorcerer.
And I only triggered my wild magic once.
Yeah.
They're just naturally good.
After clearing the room of all of its belongings, only leaving the spool of thread inside. Doing a little bit more research, you found that there were 2 mimics that were merely awaiting to be awoken or to have a chance at their prey, only to be wiped out very quickly and very easily. Retrieving the spool of thread with seemingly no other issue whatsoever, you all made your way out, before being interrupted by a overlooking black dragon that almost seemed either like an overwatch or a threat. Who the hell knows? Before you guys eventually managed to get at least a single mast repaired on the ship to get it going, where the currents no longer snatched it up and let you leave freely. All the while, Frankie seems to have now come alive and actually has an actual entity to himself now. So that'll be interesting to see. And upon the final traveling days, well, you did encounter a bit of an oddity in the ocean, being a school of several types of fishes that is completely unnatural, but still majestic to see, and ignoring whatever the hell was in the distance. You come upon one day off of the Fargrave, only to find a horrific shipwreck. You found one survivor. This one survivor being someone that most of the party has met before, especially one that has apparently been connected to Dalmar from long ago. And as his body's just hauled onto the ship, and you see the breath barely moving on his chest, you just see half the crew just kind of looking down at him, confused, especially towards the group that kind of just looks at him with a bit of remembrance to him. What do you all want to do?
Jack's just looking back and forth at all the group.
Dalmar just kind of looks at you all and kind of goes like, you know I don't usually have stalkers, but this is getting a little obsessive.
You guys know that guy?
Dama knows that guy, I just know of him.
Old connection from my guard days. Well, the after guard days.
So, has the crew, like, started to try to get him out of the water?
They've got him on deck.
Oh, okay. And he's breathing,
Barely,
but unconscious?
Yeah.
Are we moving away from the burning ship right now, or is it still kind of close to us?
It kind of just drifting past it.
Also, has the crew decided that they wanted to try to salvage anything off of that ship?
You do see that Pest is kind of like going over and like getting a bunch of like these leather satchels kind of like strapped along all of him. And he's starting to even grab this small bracelet that he starts to slide on his wrist that he seemed to have got from below deck somewhere.
Point of clarification. Do we still have the dead dragon on the ship?
Yes.
Okay. Thought so.
Which it is not looking that great.
Yeah. We might need to deal with that too. And should we see if they were hauling anything that might now be on the floor of the sea?
That's what we're working on, says Panavora, as you see him kind of like readying up something in the cannon. Seems like to be this almost not a harpoon, but more like a grapple hook tipped rod to try and see what they're going to be working with.
Test with the cannon for a second. I was like,
I was so excited for the cannon test.
Okay.
Should I hop over there, guys? See what's on the boat?
I mean, if you want to. If you
I'll
have a
go
good way to
too.
do
I
it.
can help put out the fires.
Do you have a way of
Uh,
getting over there?
The fires have long since dimmed out. It's just you can tell it's somewhat recent because there's still faint trickles of smoke still coming off of it.
Oh, never mind then.
How deep are the waters around here?
Hmm?
I said, how deep are the waters around here?
Carnum kind of replies, saying, "Goes deep enough that you won't see the sun."
Okay. I can breathe down there too, if need be.
I was just gonna fly across.
I meant for the stuff down below while you look up top.
Sounds good to me. Anybody else going over to the other boat?
I'll go.
Can I? Can I carry Fanoa while I'm using the cloak?
It won't take a straight check, but yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna activate the cloak and then I'm gonna try to pick up Fanoa.
All right. Go ahead and give me a straight check.
Okay, hold on.
Starting off.
Did it go
It
or
rolled
no?
twice. It rolled
Okay,
twice.
because I didn't see it. It's not popping up on mine. Oh, there it is. Hold on. I'm like way scrolled up. What the fuck? Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one annoying thing about Roll20, you have to make sure you're scrolled down all the way, or else it won't
Yeah,
auto.
I don't
It
know.
won't auto do. So, attempting to pick up Fanoa. Well, Fanoa isn't big by any means. She's got a lot of muscle on her.
Yeah.
Also, she's got quite a bit of equipment on her as well. So when you like try to float up, and you can feel the cloak helps you lift her up, but there's just no arm strength behind that. It's like, okay, that's not gonna last, and that's.
Can I swim?
If you want to try.
Swim.
Frankie can carry her.
But
Wait,
no,
don't
give
you
me an
have
athletics
Buttercup
check.
Well, Buttercup, is that an option?
Used him already. He recharges in 5 days. 5 days or a week. What was it?
For some reason I thought it was 3 days.
This would literally have been the 5th day. So let me double check. 5 days. So this is the last day. Once this day passes, you can use him again.
Okay, worth asking.
Okay, cool. Great.
So Fanoa, after being attempted to be lifted by Ashvin, you just kind of go like, I'll just do this myself, and just jumps into the water and starts just full on paddling all the way across. And there's a momentary pause amongst the crew that kind of look at that confused as hell before they just see her starting to swim over to the wreck, and they're kind of like, that's one way to do it. Pass, you ready yet? He just kind of gives a thumbs up before, once again, Brozar just parks them into the distance back over towards the shipwreck itself.
So I also am flying over to the shipwreck.
All right. Both of you give me investigation checks.
Did that
Okay.
go through?
Yeah.
It did not. That was for Noah's.
Well, that's for nose.
There we go.
There you go. There it is. 14. So for Noah, kind of makes a little more sense with you being swimming atop the water, and you got bulk on you, so floating is pretty much the most method that you can get. And a lot of the treasure, at least above the water, is not accessible by your reach or your discovery at the moment. However, Ashen, while you are flying over and you're kind of just like looking over the ship, trying to look to see whatever more important sections there possibly are to do with it, you do notice that one section of the ship seems mostly intact for the most part. And there is this seemingly small door that does not seem to be damaged as much as the rest of the ship. Seems almost like has yet to be opened. Oh, D&D Beyond, you crashed on me. Yay.
Is anybody else up on the boat with me right now?
You're flying up, Fanoa's swimming, and Pest is swimming/swimming underwater.
Okay.
And you would notice, especially being up top, he doesn't come up for a good while.
I'm gonna go land on the deck. And while no one is over here, let's do... Where is it?
Okay, magic missile.
That's not what I wanted to hit. Where's my detect magic? Fucking hell. There you go.
All right. With detect magic going up. You would get 3 pings coming from that section of ship that's mostly intact. 4 now, I think, right?
So
Even
there's
better.
3.
There's 3 pings.
Okay. Are they behind that door or are they the door?
Behind it.
Okay. Pest is a rogue, correct?
Nope.
No. He's a fighter. Fuck.
Yep.
Can I look for any sort of trap on the door? I don't want to just open it and have something explode in my face.
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
It is not trapped, but it is locked.
It's locked. Cool. I don't have any thieves' tools to try to unlock the door.
You can try to break it open by some means. Finoa, give me a perception check real quick.
Is this like a shipwreck, like on a rock or something, or is it like a ship that's been blown out of the water?
It seems like it was blown out of the water to some extent.
Okay. What's keeping that part aloft? Do we see what's keeping that part of the ship aloft?
Give me a perception check.
Fuck.
17. When you look at that and you see that mostly intact section compared to the rest of the ship that's mostly seemingly destroyed to smithereens, and you kind of try to focus on it as best as possible, and you can't help but notice there's this almost like strange coating of barnacles at the bottom of it. And it's hard to tell through the water, but you can tell that it's not unnatural for a ship to have barnacles, but these have this strange green coloration to them.
Are they magical? Question mark?
Hard to tell from this distance.
Fuck it. Take off my fucking pack. I'm gonna hop in.
Give me an athletic check.
Yeah.
One of the rare moments that Jack shows off that he's not simply just caster or
Rogue,
showing off the
player.
stamina he's built over the years being a man of bed.
I love how Jack is so many fucking things that KTK didn't even know what to say he was.
Yeah, I realized that I can't say he's just a caster because he's also got rogue in there.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah, no, he is also a combatant as well. So yeah, no, okay.
Yep.
So grew his stamina through his years of triumph in the bedroom, and uses that force and strength to push his way through the current of the water.
He's just hip thrusting his way through the water. Just
That's not an Olympics approved swim method.
it is now. No, he's just practicing for the skiing course.
So are you going for that chunk of ship that's floating?
Yeah, trying to check out what the fuck this is, because
Because you're kind of like getting close. You can kind of see like in the cracked off section where it's opened up, and you see just Ashton kind of looking over this singular door that seems like it was far more protected than the rest.
I can go underwater too and still breathe, so I'll be checking underwater too.
That's right. You have. I forgot you have that thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a nature check for the barnacles then. 20. Looking these over, you can definitely tell these aren't natural barnacles. Something about these scream magical, but they don't seem to have any actual magic coming off of them. It seems like something has influenced these to grow in a unique way. That even when you give like a small little touch, you can feel that they have a lot more fuzz, and it almost feels like they are somewhat hollow to a point, almost like they're natural buoys.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
You just hear just a.
Someone knocks on her door.
The timing. Seemingly no response. As Fanoa begins typing, I begin fearing. There you go.
Sorry. So no response.
There's no response.
I'm just gonna shout, if you're in there, I'm gonna break down the door.
Make an intimidation check.
I intimidate the door.
You hear the ship just.
The ship?
Okay.
The ship.
Alright.
The orangutan's a stand user.
I'm gonna take I'm gonna step back quite a bit, and I'm just gonna use magic missiles.
Okay, so you're just gonna launch magic missiles. I'm imagining you're launching at the handle to blow it away.
Yeah, it's just a first level spell. I'm just gonna go right into it.
Alright, go ahead and roll the d20.
I didn't copy it yet this session, so let me do that real quick. There we go.
Right on the money,
There
huh?
we go.
Right on the money. Roll that d20.
I blow up the rest of the ship.
13. It's standard. Roll the d100. $29. Have you gotten 29 before?
I don't know. I haven't even.
You
pulled that up
have.
this
And this
session.
would have been so much better for a different moment.
Oh no.
Fireball. Do, 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 do.
As you cast the magic missile and you watch as the three missiles just impact onto the door handle, blowing it apart and seeming whatever was latching the door there just swings it open as just the natural gravity just kind of blows inward. And you see that residue of magic kind of just float in the air for a moment before reverting to you and giving you this almost like clairvoyant armoring of sort to give you +2 AC for a minute.
Nice. Super helpful.
Kind of just one of like, this would have been nice like a couple days ago.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Puts me back at 1. Okay. Does the door open?
It does. It swings open by just natural gravity and impact. And the only thing that
Cool.
was holding it there was the handle itself with whatever lock it used to have.
Is there anybody in there?
Make a perception check.
I did.
15. No one that you can see.
Cool. I'm gonna go in.
I just kind of just step inside. You see a not formal room, but definitely seems like a room that has more utilitarian decoration to it, where it has a desk, it has a bunch of materials on top of it that have all kind of like scattered to the ground at this point. And you see
And
a couple
is-
bookshelves that have they're all scattered to the ground as well. And your detect magic would tell you that the 3 pings of magic are within the desk in one of the drawers that has not opened up. So you can imagine it's probably locked.
I'm gonna peek out. Is anybody back up on the deck yet?
No, because Jack's underwater, Finoa's swimming around, and Pest is still underwater as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't. Mm. Detect magic. It's within the drawer. It's not the drawer itself, or
It's
the
within, yeah.
outside. Okay.
You want to climb on the scraps, or you want to climb on the single section that's like actually kind of whole?
I want to climb up. You pick.
So Ash, as you're kind of like looking back, kind of like, is anybody there? You just see Finoa starting to climb her way up to one of the shattered pieces of the boat, and just kind of like shakes off a lot of the water dog style.
Hey, Finoa. So there's some magic things in this desk here. I don't know if I should just try to open the drawer. It's locked, probably.
Can I break it open?
You think we should?
I don't think she was asking you.
Yeah. You're talking to a dumb person. I'm just going to want to open it.
So fair enough. Be gentle with it, though.
In all fairness, I don't think Finoa's dumb. I just think she doesn't.
Finoa doesn't have impulse control.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
She
And
acts
that
before
makes
she thinks, but she can think really well. She just doesn't do it.
She just
Think
does
it's
the
for
first thing that
cowards.
pops into her mind.
As you swim your way over to that section of the ship, and Ashton shows you the drawer in question. Go and give me a strength check. Fucking hell. With absolute ease, you kind of like prepare yourself to pull with all your might, kind of like this will be a challenge, and with a single tug, just like, well, that was easy. And you pull it open to see 2 potions and a small pouch of some kind.
I want to look at the pouch.
You open it up, and there just seems like a bunch of silvery powder inside of it.
It's cocaine.
Yeah, I was about to say I wanna like
No!
think a little bit, but I feel like that's really dumb.
No.
Do it.
Want to be sneezing powder?
Do it.
No.
No balls.
Can I
Don't.
like just
Don't.
Do it.
Listen to Jack.
Do I recognize what these things are?
Really quickly, Finoa, give me a Constitution saving throw, and Ashrin,
Yes.
give me just a straight intelligence check.
Oh God, Finoa would have died.
Nope, no idea. Ashrin, listen, there's
Definitely magical drugs.
there's so many potions out there, and there's so many dust out there that's like you can't understand the colors between these fucking
It's
things.
definitely magical drugs.
Finoa, as you take a small bit of the dust, for a moment it's kind of like, ooh, that's got a little bit of tangy taste. Oh, that's starting to burn. Oh, that's starting to burn.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's starting to burn, and you
Ah,
just can
shit.
feel like your throat just drying up.
Why do you look
Yeah.
happy about that?
Because it's interesting.
You have
Yeah,
by the way, you have a very strong urge for water right now, or any liquid of any sort.
You said there are 2 things of liquid.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
no,
No,
don't
give me
do it.
those.
Do not drink the potion.
Give me the potion.
After did have to like try to wrestle the potions away from Finoa.
Here, Finoa, and I grab my water skin.
Thank you.
Just chugs the whole fucking thing in like 3
I'm gonna
seconds.
put the potions, and I'm gonna take the pouch from Finoa and put them in my bag.
I kind of wish Finoa drank one of the potions. It was like a potion of gigantification or something. So like Finoa just became fucking giant.
Or the dust of dryness or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
It's just salt or baking soda. What does it do?
It basically dries out any moisture whatsoever. So if you want to dry something off, dust it off. If you have a bowl of water and you dust it on there, it literally basically turns into fucking rock.
So if you would have,
Shanoa just ate some.
Okay, is there anything else in this room?
Make an investigation check.
I am rolling like shit today.
Looking through the room and trying to see anything of use or value, you just come up with more documentation of traveling that doesn't really partake to anything. They don't really write about anything. Even the books on from the shelves themselves seem to only be more of a entertainment books. They don't seem to be anything educational. It seems like they're just reading it to pass the time.
What kind of entertainment?
Yes.
Yeah?
'Cause
There's some good ones?
There's a couple in there.
Alright, I'm just gonna pocket those.
There's 3 of them in there.
So, 3 spicy books.
wait a minute. I can't remember if it was Corvais or Jack that had the porno scrolls.
I'm pretty sure
This
it
is
was
not the
Ash,
first time one of my
actually.
characters. No?
No.
No, sorry,
No,
not
I do
Ash.
not
Sorry,
have those.
Ashana, motherfucker.
Oh god, that's right. That was Sean that had the porno scrolls.
Okay,
was a
this is
shadow.
not the first time one of my characters has had that though, so it's fine.
Oh, Ashana has a scroll of naughty bits.
Nice.
What
Alright,
does this
a
come
fun time
magic
explaining to her parents being a cleric.
Fanoa, do you see anything of value in here? I don't really see much.
Make an investigation check.
Yes.
She sees 2 potions you didn't let her drink.
Oh my
Nope.
god.
Yeah, no, that's actually what it is too. She's like pretending to
She's
look
just
around,
like
but
gulping the water.
she just has it like in her mouth, just constantly sucking on it like a Capri Sun. And you just see her eyes, even though she's quote unquote looking around the room, her eyes are constantly darting towards you, where you put the 2 potions in your bag of holding. It's kind of like you just see like the squint of like, I'm gonna get those. You can.
Is Jack just diving around under the water, or is he gonna come up here?
He's hoping a squid attacks him.
Roll d20.
God damn
You
it.
guys gonna learn what Frankie's mod is now.
-4.
That's still a 14. He has a -3.
I was close.
You were really close.
Damn.
That's not bad.
As you take Frankie out and you tell him to search for something to find, you just see Frankie just kind of flying around, like pecking at a couple pages, tearing them a little bit with his claws and his beak. And eventually he stops on one book that seemingly has no importance whatsoever. You kind of just see Frankie as he flips it over. It falls onto a page that seems to have handwritten scripture on it. And you just see him kind of like just call like a
What language is this written in?
This language is written in Halfling. Oh, no,
I
anyone
don't
knows
speak
Halfling?
Halfling. Fanoa, can you read Halfling? No, okay.
I can't. No, I know
No one in the party knows Halfling.
Well, the tiny dragon seems to think this might be important. So I'm just gonna pocket that book as well.
Alright.
And maybe take an extra piece of paper and mark the page that he turned to.
Okay. Just write strange book with Halfling message in it. You start scratching off little bits of wood off of him, kind of like, okay, maybe just gentle rubs. Jack, give me a perception check for me. 20. As you're kind of swimming around down below in the water, there's these briefest of moments that you kind of feel like you're being watched and you're not 100% sure why, until you glance off, mostly towards the direction where you guys were heading to begin with, towards the Fargraves. And you can't help but notice that there's just this one fish just kind of like just circling around constantly.
Circling out farther, you said?
It's just farther out, but it's just like just circling in that one singular spot.
How far away, maybe?
Like 200 feet.
Okay. I feel like I'm gonna regret this. I'm gonna swim closer.
As you start to swim closer, once you've gotten to like the 100-foot point, you just watch it dash away.
Can I tell what type of fish it was?
It seemed like a very basic salmon.
Okay. I'm gonna swim back. And what I was gonna do is take a couple of those barnacles off of the bottom of the ship
Okay,
and try to get them off whole. Pull out a little dagger and scrape them off.
okay, easily enough. As you kind of like, you have a little. I'm pretty sure you have a little container, right? A little flask.
Oh yeah. But for now, probably just in my pocket because it'll just fill up with water.
Yeah,
Well,
that's also true.
Yeah.
Just kind of take a clump in your hand, just pocket them, literally.
Yeah. And then I was actually gonna go up into the ship itself.
Okay, so as you kind of pull yourself up, and you just kind of see, just after the moment that Frankie had jumped off with a book, and you see Ashton kind of picking it up and pocketing it in seeming partial confusion.
Is this the only room that's like accessible or whatever?
Seems like it's the only one intact above water. Yes.
Okay. Two things. So I just kind of like look at everyone. What'd you guys find?
We found some powder that Fanoa tried to eat, and then she wanted liquids. There were 2 potions. Not sure what they are. I put them in the bag. And I found some spicy books that I will share with you after I finish reading them. And then Fanoa's dragon thought that this book was important, but it's written in a language I don't understand.
Okay. We could deal with the potions and the book later, and the other books later. Anything else?
No, but Fanoa's been pretty distracted.
Just see her eyes just locked onto the bag of holding.
I'm gonna pull out my water skin, hand it to Fanoa.
Chugs even more like a Capri Sun, still keeps the eyes locked on the bag of holding.
Fanoa, you should probably go back to the ship. Just...
I'm worried that she's gonna try to drink the ocean.
You know, the funny thing is, I thought it would be like, hey, drink the ocean water, but I was like, oh wait, no, that's salty, isn't it? That's, you don't drink ocean water, that makes it
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah, you're a sailor. You know that at the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Isn't
forgot
that something
though.
Thor actually like did one time, where it was like he was
You
challenged
drink
by
salt water?
no, he was challenged by a giant to drink every beer, like all the beer in a cup, but the cup was actually like a portal to the ocean or some bullshit like that. So he drank like 50% of the fucking ocean.
As he should.
I don't remember that one. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
One sec, I remember it was with Uthgard Loki, the giant.
That one I don't know.
Yeah. Can I look around for a like ship's log? Maybe you know what cargo they're carrying, a manifest or whatever. And then any like hidden like floorboards or loose floorboards. You know, anything of it might be like a fake book or something like that with something inside of it.
Trapdoor under a rug.
Need an investigation check. 23.
That's a lot better than ours were.
Yeah.
As you are searching around the room and trying to find any sort of useful information, it almost becomes clear to you that this room was not exactly a room of import. This basically was just not exactly a study so much as just a location where if someone wanted to get a little bit of a quiet time, they could. in certain retrospects, now that Ashwin has those books.
Fair enough. Don't touch the bed. Oh.
That's the bit of the weird part. There is no bed in here, so.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Um, if that's the case, I'm gonna try to check out the other rooms you said that might be partially intact or underwater.
There are a couple underwater, though for the most part, everything there is just shattered.
Okay. You can't. Have we been able to identify like the captain's quarters at all? Or is that probably in the missing
As
part of the
far
ship?
as you can tell, with you and Pest swimming underwater, whatever was the captain's quarter has been utterly demolished.
Okay. Okay. Well, something was watching us, by the way. We should probably head back to the ship.
Cool.
Yep. Creepy fish.
I fly back.
Okay. As you fly
Swim
back,
back.
Fanoa and Jack both swim their way back. As you guys kind of arrive, in the meantime, Vero and Volmer, what have you guys been doing on the ship? While most of the crew have just kind of been like waiting for Pest, keeping an eye out. You have seen that Brozar has kind of like taken the unconscious man and kind of just laid him in a bit of shade, so he can not be in the direct sunlight. And you kind of see just Dalmar just kind of like hovering around him with a massive level of contemplation on his face, just constantly.
So what Dalmar is doing with whatever the hell is going on over there, I'm just gonna go and keep an eye out on the ship to make sure, like the sunken ship, to make sure nothing comes at them while they're distracted.
Okay. So, as you all begin to return to the ship, and you even see Pest start to make his way back as well, you see him having a good majority of things just kind of packed in his leather satchels that he has strapped around him. Though most of it seems like either scattered junk or scraps that could possibly be useful in some way, shape, or form. As you kind of all kind of climb back onto the ship, you do see as Carter kind of comes around and goes, "And what you find? Anything good, worthwhile, salvageable?"
Drugs.
They're not drugs.
They're drugs.
Some dust that made her extremely dry.
I know you didn't want to use that word. I know you didn't want to use that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what that's in there for?
Really, Jack? I thought that was just your normal effect on women.
No. Says the virgin.
Anyway, find anything else of note?
Not really. A book, I guess. Which we can deal with here in a bit. Pest, how deep did you go?
Went about 100 or so feet, floating things, shiny things. He kind of pulls out like this handful of utensils. Could be useful sometime.
Very
Mhm.
shiny pest. Very nice.
I hope you found something actually useful for us. Yeah, I got metal scraps and wooden planks we could use.
Would it behoove us to check deeper and maybe try to get near the bottom of the ocean? I might be able to do that.
Oh, you didn't find anything special on it now. I don't think you'll find anything special on it later. Unless you want to wake up old Sleeping Beauty over there.
I mean,
Has
I
anybody tried to heal him at all?
Nope.
Should we probably do that?
I mean,
Dalmar, you know this guy. Is he dangerous?
I mean, he's got my set, but like, not the mind stuff. He got himself caught. I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay. Healing word.
You cast healing word on him.
Yep.
Does not wake up.
Does he have a pulse? That's
He
probably a
does.
good thing to check first.
He is breathing.
Yeah.
He's breathing.
Oh.
Is he just a nice little slap to the
Yeah, I
face
was just
there?
about to say, get
You
down.
remember, Pest, when he first went and retrieved him, literally slapped him and fucking shook him to high hell.
That
Is my
right.
detect magic still up?
I would say in 10 minutes, yeah.
Do I detect anything on him?
Boy. Give me an Arcana check.
I'm just gonna start searching his pockets.
16. It's faint. That you feel this almost like seed of energy just kind of like embedded within him. And you can tell it has some sort of forceful magic to it.
That's weird.
What?
Well, I cast detect magic when I was on the boat, but he's got like some sort of I don't know how to describe it. It's like this force, little magic inside of him. It's really faint, but maybe that's why he's not waking up.
Can one of you dispel it?
I can take a crack at it.
Yeah, go ahead.
This whole time I'm like rifling through his pockets and shit like that.
He has nothing on him.
Okay.
Literally nothing.
Going in with a 4th level dispel magic.
Okay. I should cast a spell magic upon him at 4th level. Ashen, you easily watch as that seed of whatever magical essence is inside of him shatters and dissipates in that instance. And you almost see instantly in that moment the breath return with a more proper filling. You kind of start seeing the eyes kind of flutter over and goes, "Ugh.
So,
What
it worked. There we go.
What happened?
So we'd like to ask you.
You see him kind of look around and there's almost like a realization as he goes, where's the crew? We at the Fargraves?
Not
Oh.
quite. They're at their
You
graves.
see him kind of lock onto Delmore and he goes, oh, small world, isn't it? Yep. What you doing out here, buddy? You see just a serious moment where you see him want to go for the snarky response, and then there's just kind of like a collapse in that instance. Can I be honest with you? At this point, I think I'm done. They got my girl. I'm doing everything I can to get her back. This was my last chance. They probably think I'm dead, don't they?
Who has your girl and how long have you been out here?
You see, kind of look and notices Ashen and Jack and the rest of the crew, and it's kind of like, well, Dalmar, you went from being a hard loner to being surrounded by so many people. I guess the outside world has changed you. I guess you can say that. You should probably explain, though. They haven't been updated. We used to run back in the day. Well, he used to run alone. I was just a low-ranking thief among Dudemen. Well, Wickham, to be specific. Well, he'll tell you his story whenever he wants to. I fucked up. I wanted out. And he looked at Dalmar specifically and goes, I found someone. I wanted to run with them. Couldn't get out with them. After I saw you, after I tried making that deal with you, I tried to go back and see if I can make a deal. Come to an agreement where I can leave with her, They don't have to worry about me ever again. That's when they sent me on this expedition. On this ship to help them out, keep them safe. That I'll only be gone about a month or two. Everything goes well. I can leave with her. All right and dandy. Then we come up to the Fargraves. Next thing I know, everything goes black, and I wake up to you all.
What day did you leave? What day did you leave port? And from what port?
I wish I could give you an exact time from today, but
No, just what
unless
day
you can
of
tell
the
me
month?
how long I've been out, I don't.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. What day of the month did you leave?
It was early. It was early in the month. Probably like the first week.
Okay. Where did you what port did you leave from?
We departed off of there's this small port off of Wickham. Personal one, kind of private, off the radar, sort of deal.
And how long was your travel supposed to be from there to the Fargraves?
Fargrave wasn't ever in the description of the contract. If they had told me I was going to the Fargraves, I would have turned that down hands up, just over easy.
Okay.
It was
So,
a month or two escort mission. They said that whatever was on this ship was an important matter. We took care of like 3 or 4 places. Next thing I knew, last stop was the Fargrave, and where is everyone? You can kind of like start to get up. You see him kind of like wincing in some aching pain of some kind.
okay. So, judging by what he said, like, does it seem like he's been out cold for a long time, or just is this recent?
It's hard to tell due to the fact of him almost seemingly going into the Fargraves and instantly going black.
Okay. I'm just trying to do like the mental math of you know
Mhm.
how long his
Does-
travel was up here and stuff like that versus what time it is now and when he said he left.
Mhm.
When he talks about going black when he goes into the Fargraves, does that sound familiar to what we experienced with others when we went to the Fair Ladies Island?
As best that you can figure, when you guys went black in that case, you guys awoke on your own, but at the same time, they seem to be in this almost dreamlike state when they were in that sleep moment. He doesn't seem to be talking about that. He seems to be talking about he just was out and woke back up to you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
You kind of just see Delmar kind of and goes, I don't think anything you did matters now. What exactly do you plan on doing now? He kind of pausing, kind of almost like this light bulb kind of goes off in his head, and he looks at Delmar and goes, I'm gonna go get her back. I'll get her out. I could use some help.
Hmm. Is that really
Delmar kind of just looks at you all for a moment, and he speaks up again and goes, look, you know as best as I do. You need someone on the inside who knows what they're doing. Ain't no chuckle fuck group gonna go in there and get anybody out. You and I work together. I'm yours. Call me up anytime. Seriously. See a moment of pondering through Dalmar, and he starts to kind of. It's gonna set up comms. Might as well. 4 hours. With all of you guys specifically, he kind of goes. Normally I'd turn this down, but that vault door thing. There's one in Wickham. And he's not wrong. Those who know the road will probably be the ones better to sneak in there. And I now have a meat shield.
Fair. Don't get yourself killed, though.
I won't.
Good. And if
Just
you find out Meisel Dudman isn't honoring my deal with him, with over getting this artifact piece, let me know. We'll make it worth your money.
I'll
Or your
I'll
time.
look into it. I got a partner now. That'll do anything I say. And he kind of just looks at him, kind of like a bit of a mischievous face.
May God have mercy on his soul.
Ain't that the truth?
Damar now looks over to Karn and goes, "You said you got like a lifeboat or something? Mind if we steal it real quick?" Karn just takes a puff of his pipe and goes, "If what you're asking is to make off with my property, possibly to your death, keep it out of the far graves. If we all die, someone can tell our story." And you kind of see the man kind of look at Dalmar with a very grateful admiration. And I was like, I promise. And he looks at the rest of the group. I will do everything I can. You guys call me up whenever he gets back. I promise. I'm yours.
I'll walk up and put my hand on his shoulder and just say, just remember, if he dies, I'll find you.
If he dies, I'll be dead. I'll go down swinging.
Good. That's good to know. And if you don't, again, you think your organization has some eyes everywhere. I'll just kind of pat him on the shoulder and I'll turn around and walk away.
So, as Dalmar and his ally start to kind of prepare themselves, you see Dalmar kind of counting out his rations, and you see even Karnam kind of like giving him minor assistance on how to direct himself to the nearest coast, which would actually be Peace Lock if I remember correctly.
Oh,
The
jeez.
nearest coast would be the point of water.
Oh my god.
Castle. That was a good one,
Fucking
though. That was a
hate
good one.
No, no.
I hate everything about it.
I'm so tempted to say, like, before you go, remember, the planes aren't fucking flat.
I can imagine just like as he's going off into the horizon, you just yell it the fuck out, and you just see just a middle finger just ring out as he vanishes into the horizon.
And I cast Fireball on the lifeboat.
Oh, yeah.
For old time's sake.
You just cast it right above, so it just singes their
you give
hairs.
him a Viking funeral?
Oh no, that's Volmer.
Either way, as Damar and his ally take off slowly but surely along the current of water and begin to make way on their private little investigation mission now, alongside to rescue his lover. Meanwhile, the rest of you still on the ship, and Karnam kind of like looks over as he watches them vanish, and he kind of turns to you and goes, "Well, now that sob fest is over, shall we ride to our deaths?"
Side note, before we do that, there was a fish watching us while we were investigating that bullshit over there.
Are you sure it was watching us, or did it just look like it was trying to decide if you were something to eat?
No, it wasn't that big. It was like a little salmon swimming in a circle, and seemed like it was keeping an eye on us. When I tried to get near it, it bolted towards the Fargrave. It was towards the Fargrave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Huh.
So, whatever, with all the weird, crazy bullshit that's been happening to us recently, is this any
You
weirder?
don't suppose that fish was another dragon, do you?
Oh god.
Dragonfish confirmed.
No, it's just a spy for another fucking dragon. Hopefully this
Honestly,
one
not
isn't
like
on
at
the
this point,
island
I would not
variety.
be surprised.
Like, yeah.
I'm
So-
waiting for us to meet someone who has a pet cat, and it turns out it's actually their best friend and a fucking dragon.
We're gonna get to the Fargrave and find a fucking undead dragon is what we're gonna find now. Let's go full circle with this shit. So,
Eventually, we're gonna be the dragon person jumping other people. Like, we're gonna have a friend, we're gonna be friends with the dragon, and we're gonna jump someone.
I mean, you already have a dragon.
yeah.
Big dragon.
Yeah. So, let's just keep that in mind that whatever is there knows we're coming. Whatever
The
there.
fire graves are a dangerous place to begin with. Let's be sure that we don't meet the same end as that. And he just looks towards over the shipwreck that you guys are kind of drifting past now. So, as the day goes on, and you guys manage to get at least another long rest in, you're fully healed for this. Come the rising of the next day, immediately, anyone who goes atop the deck during the morning hours can see just in the distance, just this thick, almost solid fog-like visage, just encompassing the vast horizon in the water.
Before we move on to the next day, can I have said I cast Comprehend Languages and read that book?
Okay.
You know, I thought I would have to do that. For some reason, I forgot that Jack had to comprehend languages.
Of course
Now
he
that I
does.
think about it, it does make sense.
Of course he does.
Yeah,
Of
now that I
course.
think about it.
How else do you learn exotic languages?
Has it been 11 hours since I last used my cloak?
Yes.
Okay. Because
Yeah,
I rolled
you
the
started.
d12 and I wanted to just make sure.
Okay. I was wondering what that
Cool.
D12 was for. I was like,
Yeah,
I couldn't tell if it was a random one.
It was the
I
the
always
cloak.
forget it's a D12. It's not
Yeah.
Dawn. So
it's
weird.
a d12.
So weird. When you look into it, you would notice that the book itself kind of just talks about not exactly myth lore, but it sounds entirely like a fictional story. And the story itself is just merely about someone creating to the point where it goes too far. It almost, with your intelligence, especially with the band of intelligence, it almost sounds like someone is trying to write a story about the creation of the Warforged. Just like really romanticized and overemphasized on like this whimsical aspect that just would be just entirely unbelievable. And in one section, on nearer towards the end of the chapters, in the halfling scripture there, where it's written in between the lines, almost like a context reading, it just says that some twisted words have different meanings. And when you kind of look at the section where it's talking about, it speaks about how someone managed to take a soul from these creations.
And do what with it?
It just says that it took the soul and used it for power. Which again, it's another sense of romanticized fanatic thing. It's like, oh, the soul has power, so we literally ripped the soul out of them and used it as power.
Which souls do technically have power.
Mhm.
In D&D.
Mhm.
So
But like fucking soul gems from Skyrim?
Yeah, kind of.
D&D has soul gems too. You can kill someone and trap their soul into a gem.
Basically
Yes.
using like a fucking battery, literally.
Yes.
And what kind of class would this be? For
Necromancer.
future knowledge?
Necromancy.
Wizard?
Huh.
Yeah, it's necromantic wizard, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Or, I'm pretty sure you could.
Technically, I think you could do a sorcerer, but it's not as effective.
I think you
Interesting.
could also do a certain type of cleric, but that's also.
Yeah. Okay. I'll I'll probably have had like the whole group around, just kind of reading this aloud to everyone, so they knew the information in it.
Okay.
Bedtime story, if you will.
I bet mine's better.
Yeah. You could share, right?
I told you, I'm gonna read it first.
Why not read it at the same time?
No. I'm not playing to that fantasy, Jack.
I
You
mean,
can read it yourself later.
Mommy and Daddy are fighting again.
sharing is caring.
I'll break it up. Fireball.
Jesus Christ!
It's getting hot in here.
No!
Anybody else want to do anything on the last day before the Fargrave?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna read my book before I go to bed.
Which one of the three?
I'm gonna try to grab as many intact scales from the
I
dragon.
don't know, but what are they like? Are they titled? I'm not that interested. You don't have to like go into it.
You can go into it.
Fucking, you're pulling a Liam with me right now.
Uh-huh.
I am. I literally just watched those episodes like a couple weeks ago. So.
Yup. So basically, the three themselves. One of them is a straight narrow romance story. It's a man-woman falling in love, running away together. Very basic, very simple. Nothing really too.
It's not
special.
too spicy. Okay.
Yeah. Like it has those bits in there, but it's like it's more about the love story than it is the spice.
It's like the romance novels that my grandma read.
Pretty much, yeah.
Very mild shit. Okay.
The next one is very 50 Shades of Grey, where it kind of is just like, it's more of just I'm just writing spicy after spicy and interspacing it with text.
It's all lemon, no plot.
Pretty much, yeah. And even then, the well, quote unquote, there is plot, but it's like it's very obvious the plot is just to get to the next lemon.
Okay.
And the third one, it's an odd mix of the two, where it's kind of like a lemon obsessed, but it actually has a rather decent plot to it, where it has to do with them rekindling an old flame through spice.
Okay. How am I feeling? Do I want? I think we'll start with the romance. We'll start with the romance, and then we'll see how it goes.
Are you gonna need pest for the night? Is the question.
No, he doesn't want me either.
Right.
He only wants Spinoa.
We're technically sharing the same room. I'm just gonna look over at Ash and be like, "You got 3 books. Toss me one."
Fine. Here, have one.
Which one do you toss?
Which one?
Me?
Don't ruin it for me.
I won't.
Which one? 50 Shades or Rekindled?
I'm just gonna let him choose between the two.
Let's do random. 1 is 50 Shades, 2 is Rekindled.
Hey, there you go,
There
Rekindled.
you go.
The actually decent story.
Yeah. Okay. Bunch of oohs and ahs.
God, if I could just fucking horny bonk the rest of y'all motherfuckers. Oh.
I mean,
The
you
next day-
technically could. Just have an NPC with a bat who just tears
I
to bonk
could.
the horny.
A bat comes out of the books and just bonks at both of them.
It's
Jackson-
like, it's like
If
a
we're in the
reverse.
world that there's this extra dimensional godly being who just smacks horny people
It's
with
like-
bats.
No, it's just a glyph at the very end of the book that says once you turn this page, it bonks you.
Instead of a monster at the end of the book, it's a glyph at the end of the book.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's warnings from the previous readers to not turn the
Don't
last
turn the last page.
Don't do it.
Jack's
What do
gonna
you
wake
think?
up every fucking morning with 1 HP. Just been beaten the fuck up. It's just all day, all long. Just 1 HP. That's the new maximum.
Not even safe at his demi plane.
So, as you all awake to the next morning and see that wall of fog approaching close, and Carnum, just announces to all of you. He just says, "Keep your wits about you. Now is the time to test your grit."
So I'm gonna pull Fanoa aside. I'm gonna say, Fanoa, no matter what you see in the water, or what you hear, or how fun it looks like, please stay on the boat.
I'll do my. What if like something grabs me? And
No,
pulls me
well,
off
I
the
mean,
water?
if something grabs you, try to chop it off and not go in the water, but stay on the
Okay.
boat. Don't just jump in the water, okay? I remember the last time, that wasn't great, and I don't want to deal with that again.
I'll do my best. Yeah, I won't make any promises, but I will do my best.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye on her and make sure she doesn't
Yeah.
do anything stupid.
Real quick, before we get into the fucking Fargrave,
Mhm.
I'm gonna identify the 2 potions.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
probably a smart idea.
I'll identify one so we can speed it up, just doing one each.
That works.
It is a potion of fire breathing and a potion of vitality.
So definitely
Could you
not a.
imagine if Fanoa drank the
Yeah,
fire breathing
that would
Mhm.
not have
potion?
been great.
Oh, my throat's dry. Let me drink.
Huh.
Should I just add those to the bag of holding?
Unless anyone else wants to take it.
I'm good for now. What were the other magic items we'd gotten from the vault?
A staff
The-
of healing.
Yeah,
Oh,
go for it. Up and in space internet.
The staff of healing we gave to Jack was one of them.
I
And a
told him
removal
to.
rod.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
there's a-
and then a deck of illusions.
What was the rod?
Fuck.
Removal rod.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I lagged out
There
real
you go.
bad there while I
Yeah,
was trying
there
to
you go.
explain what those things were.
Yep, literally as you started and I let you go, space internet just said fuck you.
Yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
great because I was like, I'm on top of this. I know what's in my inventory. I know what we got. So am I adding those potions or no?
Yeah.
Unless anybody wants them.
What do they do?
Potion of
I think-
vitality, it removes a point of exhaustion. Oh no, it removes
Okay.
any exhaustion, so literally just recovers you from all exhaustion.
That's nice.
Cures any disease or poison affecting you. And then if you ever take a short rest and or roll hit dice for the next 24 hours, you gain maximum no matter what.
Oh, that's cool. So
I
maybe
take
not something we need to
the-
use right now.
Can I take the deck of illusion?
Sure.
Fuck. I can't use the staff right now.
Why not?
Why not?
It requires attunement.
I can use
You
it. I
got it
only
for a
have
few
one
days,
thing.
huh?
I would say if you want to attune to it, you've had days with this thing.
No,
Yeah.
no. So first off, it requires attunement by a bard, cleric, or druid. So Varel
Mhm.
could.
Oh no, I can't even use it.
Yeah. So Varel could,
Mhm.
but I have my cloak, my headband, and the necklace of adaptation.
I
Mm.
forgot that counts as attunement.
Varel
I know,
Right.
which sucks. Yeah, Varel could use it. Because I'm not
I
taking off
forgot
that.
the
Doesn't
adaptation. is
Beryl
attunement.
already have a magical stick, though?
I don't remember. Does Pharaoh have a magical stick right now?
I've
Yeah, it could make a area light up for a bit, if I remember correctly. She
Yeah,
got
the
it from
staff
the...
thing. Yeah.
detect good and evil and something else.
Oh yeah, the rod of alertness. That's right.
You could have both and just be like walking
You
around
can
like
have both.
fucking.
Cause this is you can have you can be using one or the other if you want.
Cool.
Especially since I think the staff of healing is literally just you pull it out and cast spells out of it, so you don't actually use it for. You don't need to use it for casting if you don't want. to.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cure
Yeah.
wounds, lesser restoration, and mass cure wounds. Like,
How many cards are in the deck of illusions?
I believe it comes with a full deck.
It says 34, but a deck found as treasure is usually missing 1d20 minus 1.
And that's why I was asking.
No, it's full. It's full.
Oh, it's a full
it's
deck.
full? Okay.
It is a full
Alright,
deck.
are you putting that on your inventory, Volmer?
Yeah, I just did. If you'll let me. You could keep it if you want, but...
No, go ahead. I'm not going to use it. And then, Varel, you want the Staff of Healing?
Sure, I'll take it.
Okay.
Carol's getting all of the magic sticks.
Yes.
Are you going to attune to that so that you can use it in the fight if we need to? If we have a fight?
Burrow's gonna have 3 attuned items, and they're all gonna be stabs.
Yeah, so they can horny bonk all of you.
Oh my god.
Back you guys with the stick.
Right?
Bonk.
Oh.
That's why they fight with a spear.
Oh, that's also true. Yeah,
It's just a pointed staff.
just a pointy stick.
Okay.
Um,
I'm trying to think. No. The rod for anyone specific right now. I mean, it'd be
I mean,
good.
it's not attunement, and you just use it whenever you want. So
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's any, like, tactical advantage. I mean, anyone who can't fly, it'd be great if you start falling, because just click. You're now stuck in
Mhm.
midair.
yeah.
But, like, it'd be great on fucking, like, Fanoa or something. If she remembers she has it.
I probably will not remember I have it until it's brought up, and then I will never forget again.
just like Buttercup
Yeah, and Frankie for a while.
and Frankie.
Oh my god, yeah, the fact you forgot Frankie.
Consistently, too.
To ask.
Consistently, too. I say, I love, like, one-time bullshit you can pull with an immovable rod, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you're falling, or,
It's one
like,
of those items that the character decides how useful it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think my favorite
speaking
story
of-
I've heard about them was they were sledding down a hill with an avalanche behind them, and they clicked a movable rod because there was a creature on the sleigh attacking them.
By the way, is Frankie out constantly now?
Yes.
Okay, just double checking.
So the potions were fire breath and vitality, right?
About the Frankie being out constantly, does he need air now?
Unless you're trying to drown him, you don't know.
I don't know if I can put him in the bag of holding anymore.
Well, let's hold him
I will
underwater.
I will say, when you pulled him out of the bag of holding, he was still in statue form. It's just once you pulled him out is when he came alive.
So let's hold him underwater, and if he starts flailing around, we know he needs to breathe.
That's a terrible idea.
I mean,
If we're gonna do that,
Although it would not be the first time that a player in one of the campaigns I've been in, no, I was DMing, decided to test a magical item by drowning their friend.
If someone's going to do it, it's not going to be me because I want Frankie to still love me. Can I ask him? Because he makes chirping sounds now, right? Can I
Yeah.
just, like, ask?
Be like, 1 for yes, 2 for no.
Yeah, you could just ask him to nod.
Yeah. Can I do that?
The smart little boy.
Smart little boy with a 4 intelligence.
See, I'm using my brain.
Okay, he's
cells
a little
one.
dum-dum, but he's a cute dum-dum, so it's okay.
He is the best little dum-dum.
So you're asking Frankie if he can breathe underwater, if he needs to breathe?
Does he need air to breathe? Does he need to breathe?
Just kind of looks at you.
Can I roll something to see if I know what that means?
Make an insight check. Insight check the
I want Fem to, like, consistently get high rolls for inciting Frankie, and that's it.
Christ almighty.
I'm gonna get a notebook and take notes on his wins.
Literally just says mwah, yes, mwah, no. Mwah with a little extra says no. How do you describe a statue? You get the idea that while Frankie is confused on the question, there is a sense of minor understanding and recognition that he says no.
Can I teach him how to understand things? I want to teach him languages.
you get the idea he understands like a basic concept. It's just when things start getting complicated is when he doesn't fucking understand.
Okay.
So you do realize you have someone who literally studies languages for a living, and someone who used to be a teacher in the party, right?
Yeah, I was gonna ask Jeff to help with that.
Making sure you aren't teaching Frankie.
Can
I just want
And
to
then
check
there's
if I can do
me,
that
who,
first.
like, out of character, my mom brain is like, teach Frankie baby signs.
mm-hmm.
Can I do that? Can I get like
How are
Yes.
baby signs?
like sign
So it's sign
Like,
language, but it's like
grab.
super basic stuff. So like,
Like,
my son
grab.
knows all done and more, and thank you and please.
Yeah,
That's adorable.
adorable.
That's what I do.
I just thought of something. Can I have
Mhm.
Frankie do a charisma saving throw real quick?
Sure.
What are you doing to Frankie?
Were you trying to kill
Don't
my
worry
baby?
about it.
We
What
gotta
are you
stab
doing
you,
to my
Jack?
child?
Don't worry about it.
You know, roll a d20 for me.
I know what he's doing to Frankie.
We
What's he
gotta
doing
stab
to Frankie?
Jack.
What's he doing to Frankie?
What's his alignment?
Shoe neutral.
Good. Calms my fears
Good.
a little bit more.
He has one thing going for him, and it's his love for fun.
My familiar can detect people's alignments.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
I love how Fun and I were like, don't touch him.
Right? Y'all freaking the fuck out. That was why I did it. Yeah, okay.
So,
One of the only times
as
I'll
you
get
all
to
begin
use
to
that.
drift closer and closer to this thick wall of fog before you watch it start to envelop the entire ship to the point that you guys can't even see 5 feet in front of you. You like reach out your hand, you can only see the form of it. You can't actually see any detail to it. And so after about 5 or so minutes of kind of just drifting in there, that you kind of finally hear the voice of Carmen kind of ring out in the blurred fog. Kind of goes, "Remind me, how do you plan on finding anything in this bloody fog?" Frankie switches from back and forth. There's sometimes he'll be on the shoulder, sometimes he'll go in the head, sometimes he just sits there.
Hey, Homer. What
Yes?
happens if you use the gust from the wind, the stone? Can you blow the fog away?
I'll test that, and then I'll test something related to that. And then we'll pull out the stone
Okay.
and start
So
using
you
Gust.
cast Gust. You watch it as it does clear out the fog in a straight line. I think it's 15 feet that Gust allows you to do for the 15 feet distance that you have, but it only clears out and then it instantly starts to form back in.
I'm gonna use the third level Volmir's Flying Blades to try to send 3 blades out in different directions, and they're
Okay.
all gonna be set to wind.
Okay. So as you use the elemental stone as a focus and you watch as the blade, or you can't actually see your own blades,
Or
as they
second level,
pop
not third level.
yeah, as they pop up behind you and you send them out to separate directions. You do see them cut through the fog and you see these almost like bullet hole like sections where the wind burst through them and gave like a small little radius of additional clearance before it starts to kind of close in once more.
Which was more effective?
Flying blades, just because it would technically cover more area.
The blades will be harder to keep up since it takes 12 slots, but
I don't think either of those was effective for the spell cost.
yes. Well, the first one was free, so
That's true, but it didn't really do much.
I am just going to keep listening. See if you hear anything strange.
Okay. Everybody give me perception checks.
I had an idea, actually.
Oh shit!
Instantly, I should get an nat one.
There you go.
Yeah, right. Can I
let's go. Got a 2.
It fits perfectly in that one. I was like, okay, do I hear anything? Wait a minute.
Literally, it's just like, all right, let's listen out. Hang on a second. You start like pondering the thought of what you just thought of, while everybody else is keeping an ear out.
Can I tie
Can
a...
Daryl have like a staff of what was their one magic staff?
Staff of awareness, but I don't. Let me double check if that gives Varel any bonus here. While holding the staff, you have advantage on perception checks. Hey, Varel, you're holding the staff?
No, probably
Okay.
no. I didn't know it did that.
Read your item.
Read your magic items.
Reading on stuff is
No,
for
okay, I did.
pussies.
So, Jack, want to try?
Can I tie a rope around me and climb down into the water?
So basically, while everybody else is keeping ear out, you all just start to hear footsteps just across the deck, and then you just hear just a whoop, small splash of water, and you even hear Carnum kind of calling and goes like, "Did we lose something out there?"
Oh, I'd be telling people before I
Okay.
went into the water. I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
dumb. Like So my idea is I want to go into the water and see if the fog's under the water too.
Okay. So that when you go down, you just hear actually Carnum just call and goes, "Man overboard."
Get
I think
the
it's intentional.
That was the joke. Thank
Okay.
you.
Wah, wah.
Because everyone is all kind of out looking, and Jack, you're beneath the water, and you would notice that the fog does persist beneath the water, but only for about like a foot or so. So as you like sink deeper, you can definitely see the fog starting to dissipate from beneath the water.
Okay, so that's good. Kind
Meanwhile, Varel and Finoa, as you guys are kind of drifting off on the ship itself, there comes a moment where you just hear this faint sound. It's hard to describe what it is because it just feels almost like a voice, but incomprehensible. Until you kind of get a little bit further and further, and Finoa, as you kind of like really start to focus on the sound, you just hear this hum, almost singing, very feminine in nature, and very, very quiet.
Wonderful.
So, Jack, do you stay underwater or you go back up?
I think I'm gonna stay underwater and keep my ass out underneath, because, Kelm was his name?
Cal.
Kel. I don't know why I keep adding an M to the end of it. He's still, like, up top resting, or is he actually pulling the ship now, too?
No, he's pushing the ship. He's
Oh,
pushing the
so
ship.
he
down.
is under the water, too. Okay.
Which, since you are now looking at him for the first time actually pushing the ship, you would notice that the waters around Kel itself seem to be helping him push in some way. Almost like he's creating his own natural current somehow.
That's cool. Okay. Control water? Question mark?
To some extent.
Okay. I forgot, since he's down here, I guess I don't really need to be down below. But it doesn't hurt to have two eyes, so I'll stay for now, if I can.
Okay. Finoa and Varel, do you tell anybody about this strange humming?
Can I say something over mental comms?
We don't have that.
We don't have mental
No
comms
more
anymore.
mental
Oh,
comms.
yes, he left. Guys, shut up. He's been very
We are
quiet
at such a
anyways.
disadvantage now that he's gone.
It's a lot of loss. You guys lost a lot of DPS. You lost mental comms.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, can I, like, yell in general about it? Like, take one from my dog? But, like, at the same time, I don't want to accidentally alarm the thing and make it go away. In case it's a good thing. Or an interesting thing. Vera, what about you?
I feel like it would at least be something to mention.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Just be like, hey,
Hey guys, there's a voice, and I suggest you hold me back if you don't want me followed.
Wilmer prepares to cast Hold Person.
Oh
So as Finoa kind of just like threateningly points out that there's a voice over there, and it's like very much like the do something about it or I will situation. Also, I love the little Bulbasaur. Love it.
I have more. I have.
Alright,
And then I
actually
have a-
point this time.
I have a Pikachu whose ears came off too.
Fucking, I'm trying to talk and my mic is muted. Jesus Christ.
Nailed it.
I have a little bitch boy Charmander.
You guys don't suppose that this fog is magic in nature and that we could probably use Dispel Magic on it, do you?
That is worth checking, but I don't know if it's worth the spell slot.
Something is making this much fog.
Yeah, I don't think that's probably something we can do, huh?
As Finoa kind of brings up the noise, and you do hear some of the crew are kind of like passing along the message. You're not entirely sure where anybody is just because of how thick the fog is, but you can almost tell that they're doing this chain of command sort of idea, kind of like paging telephone to make sure everybody's up to date on what's going on. And you eventually kind of hear Cardum kind of call, goes, "So are we letting the little one go after the voice, or are we going after it ourselves?"
We are absolutely not letting Finoa do it. Last time we let Finoa do something like this, she jumped into the water with a siren.
We should let the little one do it. The little
No.
one's very good at doing things.
Why don't we send Frankie to scout ahead of it?
I can send some vultures or something.
Why don't we send Pest?
Oh yeah, let's send Pest!
Why Pest?
Because we can just throw him. He used to be
Because
thrown,
he's
just
expendable.
throw him. Yeah. And I'll feel bad about getting him killed, but not as bad as leading him on, because then it's not my problem anymore.
No!
Damn. How to deal with the fuckboy. Let him die.
You guys are monsters!
I'd feel bad if he died. But
He's
like,
just a little goblin boy who likes to stab things.
Oh my god.
He wanted to be thrown at a dragon.
as he should. I'd want to be thrown at a dragon, but no one would do it.
Because we're all weak bitches.
I was
Yeah.
tempted to. But I would have turned into a
Anyway.
fucking ape.
Wilmer's gonna turn and start moving in that direction on the ship and just try to see if he can spot whatever's making the noise.
Can I see if Frankie can just look around without, like, getting too close?
Maybe I'll send
Okay.
out a gust or two to move the fog away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Do I see
No,
anything
as-
down below?
Give me a perception check. Oh, Finoa, you send out Frankie as a small little drone. The dice rolls today are one side or the other. There's no in between.
Mm-hmm.
They're either really good or really bad.
Yeah. And you send Frankie out, and Volmer, you help with casting Gust to try and clear the way as much as possible whenever you can. And you just kind of watch as Frankie vanishes into that fog of thickness before eventually returning after about a minute or two, and kind of just returns, just lands on your head and just kind of.
Can I see what the
Make an insight check.
No, it's
No
gonna
clue.
get a new language, and that language is Fwan.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking. It's gonna be Groot, where so just I am Groot means everything.
I'm waiting for the moment where Frankie just like picks up a pencil and starts writing it. He's like the most sophisticated bastard ever.
Fanoa's eyes just fucking exploded when she read
Crystal
that.
Demos with the
Now she can cast it.
Yeah, I can use that.
Totem Barbarian, that's fucking right.
You
Yeah,
can.
I forgot about that.
Let me
That's
read
your
the wording on
genius.
Speak with Animal, because it might work.
Beast.
I mean, I have good ideas occasionally. I don't know if I'd use the word genius, but
Beasts
you're a genius.
only. It
Yeah.
only works with beasts. Unfortunately, well, since you have days to do this, unfortunately, it does not work with Frankie.
How about comprehend languages?
You're thinking about tongues. Comprehend languages for reading.
Ah, shit. Okay.
And I think it does listening too.
Does
Tongues
it
is
do listening?
Yeah, comprehend languages is listen and read. Tongues is for speaking.
Okay.
I remember correctly.
How about
Um,
comprehend languages?
I'm gonna make
What
sure
the
about
story
that, because I
is.
could have sworn that was tongues.
You understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear. You also understand any written
Yeah.
language that you see. But you must
so
be
I guess the
touching.
question there is he speaking a language or is he just making mess sounds?
He's not speaking a
Speaking
language,
Frankie.
it's just making noises.
It's his own language.
He's speaking Frankie.
He's literally a baby. As much as a baby is speaking, a baby is not speaking.
You could make like a whole textbook on Frankie language.
I still can't wait for Fernando to just one day pop up with a page that just says 30 mez and all of them have different definitions.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
there is a language with like 32 words
Yeah.
Something
or
like
some
that.
shit like that. But like, depending on how you say it, it changes the meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So like, he could be speaking that.
I mean, technically,
Yeah,
even
it's like
Japanese does that.
I kind of want Frankie to start picking up and mimicking like a kenku.
That'd be great.
I want this little dragon to grow up to be so big and strong, but we're never gonna see it because it's gonna take thousands of fucking years.
We are gonna see it. I will live thousands of years. See that I will defy death.
Fano will become a
becomes a
fucking.
lich.
I was gonna say that too. Fano becomes a lich just to see Frankie grow up.
I haven't died yet. I'm never gonna die now.
Oh man. Side note, would Jack have any idea what these voices are? Cause
You're not up top.
Lily is though. And
It's 100 feet, right?
100
Communication.
No, because I can communicate anywhere on the same plane.
Right, because Warlock. Yes.
Yes.
The biggest difficulty there is that there's tails beyond belief, and you've already met a siren to begin with, or at least what posed as a siren. So when it comes to such a basic description like that, it's too generic. There needs to be more there.
Okay. Okay. They can't see it, but Jack's just rolling his fucking eyes under the water.
So you're all
I
gonna have to call
definitely
him.
don't like the idea of creepy voices in the fog.
It's not creepy. It's very soothing.
Oh, it's okay. That's creepy. I don't know. I don't like this fog. I don't like not being able to see. But I don't know if there's anything we can actually do about it.
You could let me go after it. You want me to see what it is? Padfoot agrees.
Jack and Volmer, give me charisma checks.
Fuck.
What's debating which one it would be? Your charisma. Wow, with your +4, huh?
Yep.
I rolled better with my +1. Get fucked.
Yeah.
You still only just barely got the DC.
Yeah, get fucked, Jack.
He's going to.
Here-
That's the joke.
There is a washing feeling over your Volmer. It's very faint, very meager. but you can feel, you know where it's coming from. And you kind of like instinctively kind of glance back to your back where the scabbard is. And you can't help but feel like there's almost a voice in the back of your head that's telling you directions. Whether you want to trust them or not, it's totally up to you.
What directions is it giving?
It's just saying like turn right or like shift left, go straight.
It's like
stuff
a really
that.
bad GPS.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Whenever
300
it gives a
feet.
direction, can I fire off a gust in that direction to kind of see?
You fire off Gus, and it only goes out to 15 feet, and there doesn't seem to be anything there before resealing.
And 300 feet. Turn left.
Turn right. Now. You missed it, you bloody moron. I don't know if anybody's seen the Chef Ramsay's GPS video. It's so fucking good.
I personally like the Severus Snape GPS.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Take ramp
Is anyone else
234.
hearing? Is anyone else hearing this? I was saying that in character.
Hearing what?
The weird voice thing saying, like, giving directions in the head.
No, that's just you.
You hear a lot of voices in your heads?
Yeah, no, if I had a gold every time it happened, or if I had a gold piece, then I'd be richer than freaking his family over there. I'm gonna point at Jack.
In the water. And you point at nothing because no one can see what you're pointing at?
Fuck, that doesn't help my argument.
Well, are we following them? Whatever voice is in your head?
I think we should. We should see where that gets us.
I
See,
don't,
he agrees.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Insight check the head voices.
Okay, other than Dama, when have we had voices in our head? It was the Gem Dragon, right?
Yes.
Let's
Do
see.
we really want to risk coming into another being like a fucking Gem Dragon?
Yes.
I mean, what are the chances we run into another dragon?
Yeah, exactly.
Ashrin,
Let's
do
do
not
it.
jinx it, I swear to God. We have run into 5 dragons in the past week.
6 would just be impossibly
It's
irrational.
impossibly rare for us to run into 5 dragons in a week. Do not.
Yeah, like 5 is like it's a good number to stop at. I don't think they.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna run into another one.
You guys hear a female's voice in the mist. Chances are pretty good with your luck.
Shit, did you guys hear that? I'm hearing voices now too.
Just Jack's voice just appears from literal fucking nowhere.
No. A female's voice.
Female voice.
Oh, wait, can you change the voice?
No. She can speak. Common, Elvish, and Sylvan.
Ah,
And I can tell her what to say.
yeah.
I get to fuck with people.
I mean, you already fuck with people, but like...
You
Yeah,
guys heard that, right?
I get to fuck and now fuck with.
I told you I'm not crazy.
You start hearing
Oh,
a
you're
bunch
so
of footsteps just like running across the deck, and for the briefest moment, each of you just see Pest just running across with 2 daggers in hand.
I love Tess
And you
so
just
much.
start seeing when you hear him just like bump into one side, the two goes, I don't see it. Where'd she go? No, stow away, stow away. Just hear the scattering just go once again.
I love Tess so much.
Jack is fucking losing it, dying, laughing underneath the water. Kel sees this.
Yeah. You do hear Carno eventually kind of call and just goes, don't know who you are. I recommend you show yourself to someone.
Straight silence.
Gotta go look at the ship, everyone.
So wait,
I'm
what
in
did
a fan of stowaways.
What did your familiar say, Jack?
Chances are very good with your luck.
Okay, making sure it wasn't like, oh, Jack heard those too, or some shit like that. Did Jack hear it? I forget. I didn't catch that.
Wait, what?
Did Jack get the voices too? Or
No.
wait, but I thought well, I made the save and I heard. Oh, that's weird.
Oh, it was a check. It wasn't a save.
Oh,
You clicked save, but it was still +1 because you ain't got no proficiency, so it still works.
fuck it. Let's meet another dragon today.
Yeah.
So while Pest is skidding around on the deck, and you do hear other footsteps from the rest of the crew kind of like slowly creeping their way, kind of like trying to make sure not to bump into each other, even though Pest bumps into Brozar about 4 fucking times.
I'm gonna stand by the whoever's at the mast. I'm gonna tell them directions I'm hearing as they're given.
And you would see that Carnum is just there, just kind of holding on to the helm. And he listens to you, but you see him constantly giving you like a curious, confused eye. As you are trying to follow directions, drifting from left and right. It's almost like fucking at the Dragon's Nest from How to Train Your Dragon, where you're just like weaving through things without like actually knowing your direction at all.
Oh god, if I was playing more of a chaos character, I would totally be giving you wrong directions.
Yeah, I know. I could totally see it.
This ship would totally go down if you did in this area.
If I was playing my fucking wild magic sorcerer, oh yeah.
Meanwhile, Finoa, as the ship is now moving towards a more unified direction, you just start to hear the words of the woman singing more clearly now. And you can actually understand the lyrics of the words.
Do
What's
I
she
notice
saying?
Fanoa seeming interested in the water?
Give me a perception check to see if you can get with disadvantage because you're trying to see through this thick ass fog.
Wait, fuck! I was the guy who was supposed to keep an eye on her.
Yep.
Yeah, you were.
I would assume I took over after you left. Did it roll twice?
Hopefully.
It did not. It rolled
It
once. There you go. 15 is still pretty good. So yeah, you took over once like Volmer started to go towards the helm, kind of like warning, and just kind of like get closer to Finoa, finding where she is. You just kind of see the gaze like locked on to wherever she's hearing the voices, and you kind of just see her just occasionally taking a step forward and like very
I'm
much
just
like
gonna
I want to
kinda
do this.
Grab the back of her shirt, just gently, just to let her know that I'm here, and that she's not supposed to go in the water.
What is the?
God
what is
damn it,
the-
Volmer. I'm debating if I should sing this or just fucking post it.
Sing it. I want to do it. Do it in your best, like, female singing voice too.
Oh, that's not fucking happening.
Oh
I
Sing it in a female voice, you coward. You put a female singing in the campaign, you better sing it in a female voice, bitch.
Yeah. You do all the other voices. You have to do this one now too.
I don't do all the voices. I don't do
You
like 4
most-
voices.
You do most of them.
I do most of them. God fucking damn. Yeah, I walked into this.
You
I don't
did
know what
have
you
a
expected, man.
voice.
You completely
I
played
mean,
yourself
okay.
here.
Either way, you're gonna have to put it in the chat because we need the
That is
the
also
lyrics
true.
written out.
Yeah,
That is also true.
but you should also do the voice too. 'Cause, like, we need that in our lives.
Okay, hang on. First off, putting it into chat real quick. Fuck me. Out of everything that I could do. Turn back, for there's not to see. Those who come will only flee. None who pass they ever last. Upon the day her wings will fly. Pure blood, bring forth the age of magic and foes who will go raise. There comes a day when silver goes gold. She'll usher forth the fall of gods. Myth becomes the truth. Brothers will fight, bring down the plight. And unto it the days will fall.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go, KT.
It kind of shifted some of those words around because they didn't work as actual lyrics once obviously like I started it.
It's okay.
I'll fix that up once later on. I'll fix that up.
So where'd you send the lyrics?
I didn't because like I said I shifted the lyrics around because
Okay.
it doesn't work for song.
Okay.
So I'll fix that up after session. I'll post it.
Either way, it doesn't sound good for us. It might actually be that we're running into another dragon, but I'm waiting for Fanoa to tell us what she heard. So
Why are you doubting that we're about to run into a dragon? I'm telling you, it's gonna be a gem dragon, and I'm gonna rub it in your faces because I fucking called this.
No, it's gonna be a
I
fucking
am being optimistic. I'm hoping that we'll just walk right in here and we'll find what we need to find, and we'll do what we need to do, and we'll get out.
Okay, I'll be a bit more positive too, then. I'll be a bit more optimistic. I'm positive that we're about to run into a dragon, and I'm gonna rub it in your faces.
This is an Eldritch Horror dragon. Is what this is. Some
Lich dragon.
Some fucking
Or
Cthulhu
Lich,
dragon.
Mind Flare dragon.
It'll
That
be
was
a
one of my
friendly dragon.
God, the fucking Mind Flayer dragon.
Dude, that thing is so fucking creepy.
I love it. I love that it's so creepy. So, Fanoa, do you tell people of the song that you were hearing?
I very much do. Yes, I couldn't hear super well because I was more focused on like your voice because it's nice. And also my dog was yelling at me and spitting out my strawberries. So but yeah, I do want to tell people about that because that seems important.
Okay. So to kind of like tell that to everyone, you do in Volmer, you being right next to Carnum, are able to kind of like see him look kind of like. There are stories told about prophecies being sung to the wind, but that's usually just a figure of speech.
Is this a song any of us are familiar with?
No.
Or the events in the song?
Make a history check. Just. It's gonna be a high ass DC, but why not?
Can one do one too?
Go ahead.
Can I also do a history check?
So
Go for it. Anybody who wants to try for this, go for it. Just know it's gonna be a high ass DC.
Girl gets a nat 20.
Well, now I want to try.
Do it.
Why wouldn't you try? It's just a free roll. It's not like you'd lose
It
anything.
is a
if you
free
failed it.
roll.
Rip.
Yep, there you go.
Nope,
There's your free roll.
Nope.
Even with the 23, no. It's not something you can kind of equate to anything that you know of.
Must have been sleeping during that lesson.
Oh man, roll a fucking 8.
As you guys keep drifting ever closer, and it comes to a point where, for Noah, the voices start to kind of, it almost feels like you're in a concert hall level of echo, and yet nobody else can hear it, until eventually there comes a moment where it just falls dead silent. Just in the middle of one of their lines, it just hard note and just dead, just cuts off.
Did they die? I want to go see if they're dead now.
Vanilla, do you let us know that it stopped?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know, and yeah.
I like to think that Fanoa just said that like straight up out loud while it's dead silent on the boat.
Yeah.
As you kind of like,
over the side, just yelling, "Are you okay?"
No.
you just hear the booming voice of Fanoa just echo out into this deafening silence in the air. And you do hear Panavor kind of go like, "What happened? Everything all right?
Jack pops out of the
My
water. Yeah, I'm
friend
fine.
died!
It's in that moment that you all just hear just an ephemeral voice just kind of ring out all around you. It's not in your heads. It's just all around. You just hear, more visitors, more prey, or seekers of foolish knowledge. Turn back. Do not seek more.
I'm gonna seek more.
She's like, don't tell me what to do.
Exactly. That's
Scares
what
from
we
a
need
dragon.
more.
You think you're gonna scare her off?
I fought two chimeras on my own. I'm going to. Can't stop me.
You
You
hear,
stared down a dragon and back down.
I
you hear a
did.
second voice perk up amongst the whole thing. Goes, they have beacons. They hold two. They hold knowledge already. A
They
third
sound
voice.
familiar to the voice that was in Volmir's head.
No, nothing like them. And a third one kind of goes, well, if it isn't the welcomed, or perhaps the doomed, pray thee well, for you will have no gods where you
But
dwell.
we're the doomed. I almost want to say, no, we're the fallen.
Roll credits. Anyway, are the directions still going off in my head and like I'm still giving
They
them?
are. They are. Barrel.
To be fair, I'm beginning to think the same thing.
You can leave at this point, just saying.
You
How?
can't.
Where am I
You're
gonna go?
miss out.
Valmar took
Not
the
like
life
on the
boat.
boat, but when we get there, you can technically leave the group.
You could swim if you weren't a coward.
As you continue to follow the directions, Volmer, it's maybe about 10 or so minutes after the voices ring and the scene just dead stops that you all feel just something grind beneath the ship, and you immediately hear Colin call out, goes, Cal, enough, now! And Jack, even though you're underwater and you're looking there, you don't see anything on what they're scraping up against.
Oh.
And as you watch the ship kind of come to a halt, as you watch Cal like drop whatever current he has and stop swimming to push the ship.
I'm just gonna like point to Cal, like point over, like, what the hell?
You watch him literally just swim over to the front where the scraping was. And you immediately see him kind of like look at you with shock. And like rapidly swims towards you to grab you and pull you over to the front of the ship. Where you just see this weird scratch across it. It doesn't break through the hull. You can definitely see that something went up against it.
Mending?
But you did not see anything.
Mending?
It was a
Mending?
dragon turtle because we're fighting another fucking dragon.
It's a fucking invisible dragon turtle then. I've been underwater.
You start casting mending to fix the scratches. And you watch as Kel just kind of goes up. And you guys hear the gurgling, waterish voice of Aquin kind of ringing out towards Carnum. And he kind of tells you and goes, something hit us. Something big.
Can I look out, see if I can make anything out through the fog? Off
Make
the
a
front of
perception
the ship.
check with disadvantage.
When he says something big, that female voice chimes out and says, something invisible.
You
Ugh,
hear Peace go, it's her again. Where are you?
that's dumb. Why did it roll there instead of on roll
Yeah.
20?
I saw you roll. Apparently just didn't
Yeah.
send. Weird.
Yeah.
No, it's weird.
13.
I don't know. I was trying
No.
to be fancy and click the roll with disadvantage button, and then it didn't send.
Oh, because it doesn't work with that one.
Oh, that's
Unfortunately.
stupid.
You have to do it with the hotkey on Beyond 20.
Okay.
You would think they'd fix that by now, but nope.
Yeah.
Volmer, the directions that you're getting merely just say now land. Not forward, land.
I look around for land, like if there's land out.
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
I use gust to clear the fog a bit when I look out to get rid of that disadvantage or not.
Actually, yes.
Doesn't matter. I got a 3.
Hard to tell, even with Gus kind of blowing across the fog itself and trying to clear it as much as you possibly can. Don't have a clue what's out there.
Does anyone see land around here? My
Can I look? Can
Go ahead and make a perception
Frankie
check
look?
with this. Go ahead and make a perception check with Frankie. His will be a straight roll, by the way. So go ahead and just roll a d20 for me.
you have disadvantage, Ben, so you have to roll twice.
No, you had disadvantage because of the thick fog. Jesus, even
Doesn't
then.
fucking matter. Fen is a machine.
As Fen, you're looking out, you could swear maybe like 50 or so feet into the fog itself. You swear there's like this almost rough edge shape just out there. And you send Frankie to go investigate whatever that is. And you watch him vanish into the fog just in the distance before coming back not even a minute or so later. And you just see him just kind of flying. You just see his wings when he flaps, he bursts a little bit of fog out as he flies real close, and he just flies all the way back. That is nothing of a surprise that it sounded exciteful and basically saying like, come along.
Okay, I'm
He's
gonna
a
point that out
baby.
to everyone and be like, just show them the excited Frankie to motivate, like encourage them to go. 'Cause I will swim there for my child.
Okay.
Okay, so the ship like ground up against something, right?
There is
And
nothing beneath the ship as far as Jack or Cal can see.
If I feel around and stuff like that, and like move away from the ship a little bit, see if we ran into anything. Do I feel anything, or is it all just water?
It's all just water.
I don't see any like land in front of the ship, around the ship, anywhere.
No.
Says land. The voice thing said so, and Frankie found it.
If I
The question
come,
is, do we trust it enough to go on?
I
Trust if I'm curious enough to.
I'm gonna activate my cloak and fly down and set foot on this land that may or may not be there.
Ashvin, as you fly ahead to where Frankie went, maybe 100 or so feet forward, you break through the actual fog itself, and you just see a spanning island with spire-like towers that have all since been decrepit and de-aged. Weather has overtaken them. Nature is starting to work its way around it. And you can only describe this place as undead with just how much has survived. But it's very clear that whatever was here no longer is.
Oh shit.
And it's instant. The moment you like
Wow.
break through that fog, you just see this spanning location.
So it's like the fog is trying to hide this place, right?
To a certain extent.
Okay. So I'm gonna shout back to everybody and tell them that yes, there is land here, and as soon as they get through the fog, they'll be able to see. Can the boat move forward at all?
They haven't attempted.
Can
Have we heard? Did we hear her on the boat?
Calling out in this dead space air, you'd be able to hear her.
Did we move forward? I'm really curious, but at the same time,
okay. So she said that there is land up there. I do not see said land from under the water.
Nope.
I'm gonna swim that direction. You said that far away, right?
About 100 feet, yeah.
Yeah. I'll swim that direction. Did I run into anything?
Eventually, as you kind of swim that direction, you don't see anything beneath the water. In fact, when you kind of glance up, we're like, well, it's land. You just see this flatness. There's this utter flat wall, almost like a dinner plate that's just floating on the surface of water.
So I thought. Okay.
Flat plain islands.
God damn it, Dalmar.
Damar's greatest
Damar's
dream.
not here.
Yeah. He would have been making so many fucking jokes, god damn it.
I didn't realize that.
Just to fuck with me, too. Okay. That's creepy. And I don't have dark vision, so I'm not gonna see very far down below. Okay. I'm gonna, like, climb on the plate until I get to where the edge is.
As you kind of stick your head out and you break through the fog, and actually you just see the head of Jack just burst from the water.
Can I go give him a hand up?
Yeah.
He's like on the edge of like a swimming pool.
Yeah, pretty much.
But, like, backwards and stuff, so,
Weird.
like,
yeah, you
my
feel like
head's
he's like
pointing out this
hanging
way.
on somehow.
So weird.
Want to see what I found?
What'd you find?
Put up my hand.
I don't want to get in the water.
Come on.
I
I'll
don't
dry
wanna
you
get
off.
wet.
I'll dry you off afterwards.
You promise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pull you in, just woof, and pull you underneath.
Splash of the water's coats over you. It's pretty damn cold. It's ocean water. But it's clean and clear as you look over to where Jack just kind of like gestures you to look towards. You just see the flatness of whatever this chunk of land would be.
I have dark vision. Can I see any more than he can?
Yes, you can look deeper down below and further in the distance, but all you just see is that this land is just perfectly cut flat.
I'd swim back up.
Is this natural? As I tap on it?
When you tap on it, it feels like natural earth.
Okay. So it's not like a metal plate and then land on top.
No.
Okay. I'll climb back up. That was interesting, right?
That's weird.
And I'll press digitation, start drying
but-
off Ashran.
Did you look at this?
Huh? Oh. That's... Fuck.
As you guys kind of start to see up near the ship, as Kel has now started to kind of push slightly and just gently and slowly, before you eventually see the head of the ship kind of break through the fog, and almost instantly just kind of like dink against the edge of the land itself. As you all now begin to see this wretched and decrepit ancient civilization from who knows what age.
Finish doing prestidigitation on Ashran, then myself.
Thanks.
Fanoa Volmer, can you grab my backpack when you head over here?
It shouldn't be a problem.
Thank you. Also, Dalmar was kind of right. There is a flat plane here.
Do not agree with him.
We
Do not agree with him.
Not here.
Yeah. There is a flat
So-
plane here.
The island with the dragon.
Mhm.
There were remnants of a... I think Ashran's probably saying this out loud, like thinking to herself. There were remnants of a, magic civilization there. Do you think this could be the same thing? It's possible.
Could be, or just another nation. Just in general. We don't know.
Done quite a bit to keep it hidden.
Yeah, that could have been some outside source that is keeping it hidden. Too. We don't know.
Can I look real close at everything that I'm seeing in front of me?
Mhm.
just to see if there's anything coming towards us, anything specific that looks important.
So keeping an eye out for things that are alive, or are you trying to like investigate what this place is?
A little bit of both. But I'm not like moving into it or anything. I'm just kind of looking.
Okay, then give me perception. Perception. As you're kind of just like looking around, and there is life here. You can see the occasional small animal kind of skidding around the ruins. You see birds flying above, and you see that there is still definitely a vibrant ecosystem here. Nothing seems to be of any harm towards you at the moment. And as you're kind of looking around, this definitely is something entirely different. With the 21, you could tell that the structure and the architecture itself is different from the section of wall that you guys saw on the Dragon Island. You can imagine it's entirely separate case scenario.
Okay.
And Fanoa, you want to look through my backpack?
Just like not. I'm curious to see what's there.
Okay.
He's gonna
just
find
like,
the vibrator and then judge you.
Yeah.
It's like 10 used condoms.
So
Ew.
there's
Why does Jackie
no. So arrows, some extra clothes, a dagger, and the ink vial, whatever. The magic vibrator's in there.
Noah takes it out and turns it on.
God.
Yeah, a little
subtly
momentum.
steals it for herself.
God damn it.
I can scare people with stuff.
He left a short bow up there. There's a shovel attached to it. There's a small knife. There's an extra set of thieves' tools. There's the bowstring, a bedroll, some barnacles that he shaved off. Let's see, he's got quite a few bottles of ink, 2 journals, some more of that crystal stuff left over, a vial of mushrooms.
Oh,
Yep.
you still have those.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
I didn't sell them all. He's holding on to those for his family. Mess kit, lots of parchment. There's a miner's pick, potions of healing, some rations, a red dragon claw. So one that he took off of the thing. Rope, beat up silver scroll tube, a silvery liquid that we got from the alchemist dude.
Jack literally just picked up random shit. I love it. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, tinderbox, torch,
Jack's
and
a
water skin.
hoarder.
By the way, I realized she could also look at your inventory.
Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you
It's an absolute hoarder, and I like to imagine that when we eventually get a base of operations where you're gonna be able to go to like wherever he stays, and it's just gonna be
Hey.
full of junk.
That's not nearly as bad as what they kept in the fucking bag of holding in the first season of Critical Role, the
Like,
first campaign.
this
Holy
is-
crap.
Actual, like, useful shit. I don't have a goddamn troll dick.
Troll dick.
troll dick, there's
Okay,
Drow
we need a
heads.
troll deck now. Who needs a
look at
troll deck?
drow head,
They
Yeah,
had
they had
jerk-
weird shit in there.
month-old jerky. You had some
We
old,
need a-
I think.
I don't care about
goblin
any other thing.
bones.
We need a troll deck.
Yeah, we do need a troll dick.
Yeah, we do.
You know, we need to one up them. Let's go dragon deck.
There's
Yeah,
literally just a
right.
5-minute section of Grog just going through all the fucking shit, just taking them
Wait,
out.
hold up.
Was this a male
This was a
dragon?
male dragon, right?
Oh my
I don't know.
Yes.
No, because she did say he's always been something. She used he.
It's a lizard with
I'm
a
gonna leave that one up to Jack.
yeah, lizard with a hemipene, and yeah. Let's go full bad dragon on this shit. Literally.
No. Anywho,
But yes,
should we
that's what's in my bag.
head in and explore once everyone gets here, or what do we want to do?
Yeah, once everyone gets here, we should probably explore. And maybe more of the voices in Volmer's head will tell us where to go.
Oh yes, Fulmer's voices.
Okay, to be fair, you can't make fun of me when it got us this far. Like, it's clearly something.
I was making fun of you.
Wants to eat us.
Hey, Fedora, do you take anything from my bag?
No, I was just curious about what he had in there. I did not expect that much.
She's borrowing the vibe for a few minutes.
Yeah, I was expecting just like a whole bunch of like porn books and then weird sex toys.
No,
No.
the only one who has porn books on them is me.
No.
Makes this character.
All those are in his ring, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah,
Yep.
that makes a lot more sense.
Yep. On top of, like, he's got sections of porn books, and then like the rest is academical books. Like, he is that spectrum of person.
And you made me share my books with you? I'm rude. Rude. Like, I'm upset. Like, you could have gone and read your own books.
He hasn't read these ones yet, though.
Yeah, your books.
Yeah. Okay.
Got a whole ass library in your freaking ring.
I know. I really wish I could take someone in, like at least one person in. But yeah, that's not till later levels.
I would say that's what 14th level or some bullshit like that.
Something like that. I'm not going that high. I want to be able to like take in one person though. But yeah. So once everyone kind of gets onto the shore, um, there's this, and also stick your head in the water and look at the ground.
You immediately see Pastor run over and dunk his head down.
I'll dunk my head.
You just
Do
see
it.
like the legs start kicking and flailing like in panic and freak out before he pulls his
Pull
head
him
back.
back out.
You just seem to shake his head clear. I was like, that makes no sense.
Nope.
There's treasure here.
Probably.
Treasure time. And he's immediately run over to the ship to start grabbing all of his fucking weaponry and equipment.
Are we bringing Pest with us?
It
Sure.
sounds like Pest is coming with us.
Yeah.
I love him.
Is everybody else coming too, or are they staying on the boat?
Yes,
You do see that the rest of them are all kind of like getting geared up, but when you see like Carnum kind of like stand at the top of the deck overlooking you all and kind of goes, don't know what you found here, but looks like you found your goal. We're gonna find something that makes this trip worthwhile. Maybe we'll see you same directions. Until then, time to be a bit pirate.
Don't leave without us.
Yeah, please don't.
Won't wait forever. I'll give you a couple days.
Okay.
Man, time to get hunting.
I'm gonna send my familiar up really high and see what, and actually, like, go and look through their eyes and stuff like that.
Okay.
I want to get a good look at this island. How big is it, and what else might be on it?
As you soar upward with your familiar, and you see that this is an entire, almost, I would say it's a relatively country-sized. It's a large chunk of land. These spires and these buildings, they span for a majority of it. There are occasional sections here and there that do have more just foresty areas and decrepit locations that have been much more torn to rubble and smithereens more than other sections. But there are still other buildings scattered around. And when you do look over everything, give me a perception check with the familiar.
Well, it used my perception, I think, once I have my sight into it.
I don't believe so. I believe it still uses theirs.
Let's see. Quite familiar.
Because I believe the wording is as though they were your own. So it isn't yours. It's just, it feels like it.
As actually, you see through your familiar's eyes and hear what he hears until the start of your next turn.
So it is still through the familiar.
Okay. Yeah. Not much different. It's just one. Nat 20.
all that for a fucking natural 20.
Yep.
How things go.
Also, I love the Fenrir's playing Pokemon Black right now. Hell yeah.
I am, yeah, I
She's
got
playing-
an illegal stake.
As you send the pixie to fly about and look high above, not before the cloud, because there is a cloud layer still that a lot of these spiders actually do kind of either poke into or just barely caress. As you look around, there comes a couple of instances that catch your eye, or technically the pixie's eyes, catch your eye as you note these small little almost makeshift huts that seem to be made on the eastern end of the island. You notice a faint trickle of smoke that seems like a bonfire that was now taken out on the west side. And you even see to the north side, you almost see that there's the clouds themselves actually have gotten thicker. And you can almost tell that there's a thunderstorm that's about to occur there. And yet, the clouds don't actually move. It almost seems like it has its own stationary weather to it. And with the natural 20, you would be able to tell that amongst all of that, there's one section that, while seemingly looking like just foresty area, there is this small, almost Stonehenge-like circle with decrepit rocks and such around a circular pedestal that has just a singular rectangular slab just slap dab in the middle.
Okay. So this country is essentially like Ravnica, just country-sized instead of world-sized.
To a certain extent, kind of, yeah.
Okay. Yes. So it looks like this island isn't abandoned.
What does that mean?
There are people
It
who...
means it's not abandoned.
Yeah, exactly.
Barrel.
There's people.
Looks like there are makeshift huts on the east side. Yes. You said?
Yes, on the east side there's the
East side.
huts. On the west,
West.
there's a fading bonfire.
Yes.
To the north there seems to be a thunderstorm forming.
And fading bonfire on the west. Some thunderstorm that is like stationary on the north, and smack dab in the middle, there's a giant stone altar-looking thing.
Homer, is the voice in your head telling you anything?
I don't know. KTK is the voice in my head telling me anything.
It has gone silent.
What time of day is it?
It's a little bit just past the middle of the afternoon.
Okay, so can't see the stars.
And I'm making sure the captain hears this too, just so he knows to be careful.
Always expect there's more here than you realize.
Yep. But now you know where they might be. So be
Okay.
careful.
True. We'll keep an eye out. Just as I hope you all keep an eye out for yourselves.
So we're supposed to go find these people. Are we assuming that they're here?
I don't know. We're supposed to find them, but we're kind of sidetracked on the way of finding them.
So this isn't finding the people. This is following the
Voices in my head.
no, this is the well, yeah. The eclipse thing, right?
We were supposed to follow the people.
Mhm.
This is where they're supposed to be.
Supposedly, when you guys...
When we questioned Essig, he said, was it Essig who said that they?
It was Essek who said that they, for some reason, wanted to know about the eclipse, and they seemed to know the location you guys were, or they knew something about what you guys were looking at that apparently was something of importance to them. because taking a scroll was not in the plan.
If I remember correctly, there was like nothing to do with. We never got a location. We just knew the rough area they came from. Right?
What do you mean?
Like Ashton's trying to say this is where they are. This is where they are. I don't think we had anything leading to this.
No, what was leading here was
The star map.
the star map for this was like the location we need to be at a specific time of the year.
Which was about a month away.
Yep.
So we're here early.
About 2 weeks early.
So maybe we need to tell Carnum that
Yes.
he needs to give us a couple more days or
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, Cardum, we're probably going to be here for a while. Couple weeks. At least 2.
You pause hard at that. I don't
Maybe
know
we
about
should-
you all. I ain't got rations to last me that long.
I was about to say maybe we should leave and come back.
You want to make your way to the fog again?
I don't think that's a good idea, but there are animals here. You could hunt.
Yes.
Huh? You also say there's other people here. Why don't you go check up on them? See if you can rough up a living with them. Maybe find us a bed or two.
In the meantime, you might be able to find more materials to help fix the ship. Or if
There
we're
are trees.
yeah, there are trees. Or if we're really lucky for some weird reason, there might even be a whole nother ship somewhere here.
I didn't say I was pirating for no reason.
Fair enough. Okay. So the question is for everyone else, where do we go to first?
Well,
I just want to take out my fucking scabbard.
kind of want to go talk to people, but I also don't want to make them super aware of our presence if they're here for the same reason that we are.
Okay.
Can I
So
recast Identify on the Scabbard real quick?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna start virtual casting that.
Okay. I don't want doing anything in those 10 minutes real quick.
So I guess we should decide real quick. Well, the people on the east side, it seems like they've been here for a long time, whoever they are,
Mhm.
because they have made makeshift homes. How makeshift are we talking? Are we talking like made a tent or built an actual like cabin?
It's cabin-like, but you could, and with the natural 20, you'd be able to tell that it was mostly like they made a wooden layer, and then they just kind of coated it with mud and clay.
Okay, so this is a more long-term dwelling than a I just got here and I need to protect myself from the weather.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it seems like they've been established here.
Okay. And the other one was just a campfire looking thing of some sort.
Yeah. It looks like it is a campfire or bonfire that has been distinguished.
How far away are each of these?
Fair distance. There, the one to the east side is like about halfway across the island. The one to the right is just outside most of the city structures that you're out of right now.
Okay. With that being the case, I say we should go to, well, probably the people who have been here for a long time and find out why and what happened. What do the rest of you think?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, if like we're gonna, it would be good to kind of like see what's here, what's not here, see if we need to fight people.
Meet the neighbors.
Hi, we just moved to the neighborhood. Here's some cookies. Do we have cookies? We should make cookies.
We have mints.
If it
We
goes
can- we can
bad,
give
we can
them
make
mints.
cookies with like the drying stuff in it. Just in
Oh
case.
no!
Oh god.
Okay. In reality, I'm 90% sure Fen should be fucking dead right now.
She only took like a little bit of it, so I did not hit her with the other effect.
Yeah.
Because, like, if that gets to the stomach, you're just dead.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing, though. She has been through so much. I don't think a little bit of powder would kill her. Just out of sheer will.
But you
I'll-
knew it was magic powder.
All I'm gonna
Yes.
tell you, Finoa, is if you took an actual pinch of that shit, that would have hurt. I'm not even
Yeah,
kidding.
of
Like,
course.
I'm not even kidding. Of like, oh, it feels bad. It's like, no, that does damage.
Ouch!
Yeah, of
Mhm.
course.
Like-
Yeah.
I'm shocked you are standing right now.
You shouldn't be. I fought two chimeras, killed down a dragon. I've done a little bit of powder is not going to kill me.
So.
I will.
Fen
throw
gets
powder.
addicted to powder.
To play devil's advocate about what I just said, actually, if we go to the campfire, that was something temporary. Means that whoever
Yeah.
there's moving, we might be able to catch them while we know that the other one's gonna be there. Yeah.
Good point. So should we head towards the bonfire?
Maybe.
Bonfire is also closer, FYI.
What's the, like, we've been traveling a lot, and Jack's been traveling for
Mhm.
years on the road. Like, how long would it probably take to get from where that campfire is over to that dwelling?
The campfire over to the dwelling is literally almost parallel, exact opposite of the island, just like diagonally. So you're talking about like a 6-7 hour walk.
Okay, so still within the day's, traveling and stuff like that. This could be
Question.
whoever is living there, them hunting, and they just skinned up something, and
Now, you
Yeah.
figure that when you went up there, again, natural 20, you'd imagine this island all the way across is probably like between a 12 to 14 hour, like just straight walk.
yeah, okay.
So it's
Can we
massive
get,
as
like, a
fuck, but it's
rough
not
map?
terribly big. I do not have a rough map of this island.
Yeah.
For one reason in particular that I won't show yet.
Oh shit, okay.
This island is also a dragon.
What do you mean one dragon? It's 3 dragons.
Oh my
It's
god.
also a hydra at the same time.
No,
They're conjoined at the hip.
no. Y'all thinking
While also
Too
a hot
small.
redhead for no reason.
Yes.
it's a fucking beholder, and every building is actually one of the eye stalks.
Oh
Tiamat.
no.
It's just Tiamat.
Oh fuck.
The island's a mimic.
Okay, in reality, have I finished identifying on the scabbard again?
Yes. Yeah, I already forgot about that. Thank you.
Yep.
Cassie identify on the scabbard.
Because I remember last time you described what felt like a string
Mhm.
type thing. Where it was leading somewhere.
There is a, and it's strange to say it like this. The scabbard feels like it's home.
Okay. I'm excited.
Fulmer's like, let's go.
I want to explore this damn island. I am ready. You guys are so lucky I don't have like a fucking soundboard. I would have the SpongeBob "I'm ready" sound on repeat right now.
I think
I'm
I
ready,
think
I'm
that's
ready,
the
I'm
sword
ready,
right
I'm
there.
ready.
Oh god. I think that's a
I'm
chair.
90% sure you're pinging a chair.
That's a
It's
It's
throne.
nah,
That
it's
is
a
a chair.
sword. I'm
It's
blind.
Finoa's stool.
Yeah, no, there's your stool. Just rip it out of the ground.
I'm on.
Okay. So we start making our way towards the campfire, maybe kind of diagonal between the two.
Okay.
Yeah, campfire's a good idea.
All right, and
You guys are traveling all along and kind of weaving and going through these buildings and everything, kind of like seeing the span of what once was in this entire place. Let me double check one thing for you all.
I'm gonna send my familiar to the house.
Okay, you're just gonna send it off over that direction?
Yep, and have her, let me know if she sees anything weird, any people, any weird living creatures.
Okay.
Just anything she thinks might be important.
All right. As you guys are kind of traveling around and kind of just looking everywhere, it's a Pikachu that he snapped the ears out of because he hates Pikachu.
Okay, I do hate Pikachu, but I did not break the ears myself. It was in this bag with the others, and they just broke off.
Mm-hmm.
So as you sent out your pixie over towards the huts themselves, and you're all just walking calmly through everything. Beryl, as you are making your way through, and there's a sense of relief that's kind of like, this is civilization, but it's nature. It's now been taken over by nature. And it feels very nice and very calming. There comes a few moments, though, when you kind of start to feel that something isn't right here. And not in a bad way. It just feels like there's something watching.
That's lovely to hear.
And even as you kind of like look around, you kind of occasionally see like the occasional bird, but they're not really paying attention to you all before it's kind of like just fluttering away, stuff like that. You don't see anything that is specifically focusing on y'all, but you can't help but shake this very faint sensation that you're being looked at. Help Noah.
Can I bring up wolves to just kind of look around, make sure to surround the group?
Wait. So,
Oh, wolf buddies.
Meryl's going from dead quiet to dead quiet summoning wolves. Is this right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you cast conjure animals, and so as you all are just kind of like walking around, huh?
Just 4 of them though, not 8.
Okay, so just 4. Okay, so you're limiting yourself to 4. Okay.
Wait, can you? With the way the spell works, can you do that? Where it's like 4 of a lower CR?
I would allow it. I mean, I think it says up to. Better yet, I think it does say up
How long
to.
does that work? How long does that last, though? How long does
Hour.
the wolf stay around? Okay.
As that happens, I'm just gonna be like, just in case.
So the quiet and natural ambience of everything, you just suddenly just watch Vero just kind of like wipe their hand across the sky, and you just see the 4 wolves just kind of appear from the grass beneath, and just kind of like start like sniffing around and just keeping an ear out for everything.
Oh,
Better
also.
yet, I think for Noah you can ride on one technically.
Gnomes can ride mastiffs.
I need to do that for my. That's the same roll. I need to do that for my cloak.
That's right. Double checking. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
It's their trade-off for technically not being able to
It would be a bit. It would be a bit difficult because wolves only have a 12 in strength, but they could try it.
The wolves are stronger than I am.
In all fairness, have you seen a fucking wolf?
Yeah.
This is true. Yeah.
So the fact they only have a 12 is actually a little surprising.
Yeah. I want to ride a wolf.
So it's Vero, you command one of the wolves to kind of get down so Finoa can climb on very easily. I'm just gonna do a really quick strength check for that wolf.
Reminds me of how Finoa really wants to ride Vero while Vero's a dire wolf or something.
Oh no!
It can get up. but you can tell the wolf is slower than the rest. Like, it's doing it, but it's struggling.
It's doing its best.
I'll get it like a snack later.
Don't like hurt it though.
Oh wait,
Like,
no, I'm not going to hurt it.
I'm like 90% sure those things can't eat.
Can they not eat?
They can, it just doesn't really matter.
Okay, well, if they like eating, though, I'm assuming, because like what doesn't like a nice snack?
Here, how about
That's fair.
like you do it in shifts? So you like get on the wolf for a little bit, and then you let it like rest and.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
The wolf
I'm
gets
not
on you
just
for a
gonna
little
let
bit.
Yeah, I can carry it. I will roll to see if I can carry it around too.
Oh, you can carry a wolf. With your strength, you can carry a wolf.
That wolf is about to have the time of its life.
Oh my god.
You just look like 2 feet, like, no, 1 foot off the ground, just with scooped arms.
Like getting a cat.
Vero, go ahead and roll a perception check for the wolves in the meantime. It does have a plus to it, so you'll see under skills, under the wolf, and you'll see a +3.
Also, I love how none of us question how Dak knows what's going on.
Yep. I was waiting for
I've
someone to
been
notice
meaning
that.
to,
Mhm.
but it doesn't
Oh.
feel like a good time.
I just didn't think about
We
it.
just take his word for it.
Oof. Okay.
Actually, since we have time
Oh, that's right. Can you hear any
traveling,
smell?
since we have time traveling, Volmir's actually going to ask that of Jack.
How do you know where things are?
Well, how are you knowing all of this? First you knew where the dragon turtle was, now you know this on an island you've never been on.
I mean, what can I say? I'm all knowing.
I call bullshit. What am I thinking right now?
That I'm full of shit.
He's not wrong.
You're not wrong. Okay. What shape am I thinking of? How about that? Since that means
For the
you want
first time
not
ever.
be able to call bullshit on.
You fucking got it. He knows everything. Jack's just gonna keep walking.
So, as the wolves
Volmir's
are.
gonna, like, in Elvish go, no, it's everything
Question.
my ass.
Mhm.
Does detect magic detect Jack's familiar?
That's
Yes.
So I would have seen it when I had detect magic up.
The pixie was not on the ship at that time.
Oh, okay.
And the other thing.
Actually, she would have when she came back. That's right, because she came back, and yes. It was up for 10 minutes. It was still on the
So-
ship. That's how she detected the magic on,
Normally, I will say this because this is what I've been having her do. Normally, she sits about 100 feet above me, and so normally she's up about near the crow's nest.
Yeah, but there was a moment you had her come down to get Frankie's alignment, and Frankie was right
one.
there. Yeah,
That was
so actually,
the
yes, then,
no. That was the next day. That was the next day. That was in the fog. Yeah.
that's
I don't think
right,
that's
because
true.
that's true, yes, because I was debating, I was like, was that the next day? It's
Yeah.
like, no, that's right, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Because you guys were trying to see about whether or not Frankie was actually helping.
Yes.
Okay.
No, the rest of us instantly trusted Frankie. It was only Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Asher didn't trust it either.
Actually, that's also true. No, you didn't trust him either,
Yeah.
because you thought that the other dragon was there too.
I did the Volmir's Flying Blades as the only test, and then I trusted him ever since.
Most
Exactly.
of you.
After that is when he trusted him.
Barrel's my only friend here now, I see.
Pretty much.
I went away for 5 seconds. What is going on?
The party's falling apart.
No one trusts anybody
We're
anymore.
having a PvP event. We're all fighting right now. Volmir just casted Fireball on your wolves. What are you doing, Beryl?
Everyone questioned Frankie being on their side except for you and Fanoa.
Oh,
You're my only friend now.
oh.
So, as you guys continue to travel on into that distance, and the wolves are doing what they can to like keep an eye out and keeping a smell and everything, while one of them is occasionally carrying Fanoa with struggle and then being carried by Fanoa with no struggle. Before eventually, as you guys break through the cityscape itself, and you get to the more foresty area where vibrant life just really starts to kick it up a notch. You guys said you're heading toward the bonfire, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Kind of at a slight angle, you know, more inland.
Mm-hmm. Double checking one thing.
So are we rolling encounters for this, for the traveler to run into another dragon? Or roll another 100?
No. Okay. As you're going through, and you can pick some flowers for Noah, because there are little beds just occasionally here and there of just wild flowers that you can just grab onto and just give a little smell. They smell really nice, and they just smell pure, just really nice.
Can I like
No.
pick a whole bunch and like have Frankie help me carry them?
Make Frankie a flower crown.
Oh.
I'm just gonna make everyone like little friendship bracelets that have flowers.
You see Frankie just occasionally just open his beak just so you can put another flower in. Just holds on to them constantly.
He's
So-
such a good boy.
I'm taking notes, and the huts were to the east,
Mhm.
and the bonfire was
To the
north,
west.
the west.
To the west. The storm is to the north.
Yeah. Also, I'd be trying to keep an eye out as we're passing through for any, like, writing, any, like, discernible symbols, shit like that. Something that might give me some information about what the hell this place is.
Give me a perception check. Or investigation if you're actually stopping to kind of look. Never mind.
Never mind.
Never mind. Fuck the investigation check. Just
Yep.
fuck it. Nat
I
20,
love how
not
it's
1.
both a nat 20 and a nat 1.
Yeah,
Those
right?
parallels are always the best.
Yeah.
Vero, you as well. Actually, Vero, give me a nature check then, at that point. Meanwhile, Jack, as you're kind of like looking and you're trying to see like all these like walls that have long since decayed and been taken over by nature, there is the occasional time where you do see like scriptures and text here and there. And most of the time, they're just either names or locations that have no meaning to them anymore. Like basically just like library or courthouse and stuff like that, like the old Crick Inns, things like that, just like establishments that at this point have no meaning to them whatsoever.
Real quick,
However,
any books in the library, any paper in the library.
you do see that there are decrepit spines and papers that have either been devoured by animals or have just been degraded by weather at this point.
Fuck.
Does Jack immediately start crying?
He immediately stops and goes in and looks without saying a damn thing to anyone. And then just, oh, and then leaves. And,
Yeah, no, Volmer, for some unknown goddamn reason, druids do not come with proficiency in nature. Fucking
Okay,
no idea
what
why.
the fuck?
No clue why.
I mean, you can choose to have proficiency.
Yes, you can choose, but you would think a druid would just have it.
I mean,
I have a +7 to insight, so that's something.
I feel like nature. I feel like a druid that's not proficient in nature is just a fantastic thing.
right?
Either a druid isn't proficient in nature.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I told you guys about my Circle of the Stars druid that doesn't like nature specifically, but likes the astral, which is still
Yeah.
a natural role, so they don't know anything
I love
about
it.
nature.
So,
But
I basically just want to make a joke. He went to the toy store, but then he found out that it was closed.
It's a party city now.
Oh. But with the natural 20, Jack, coming towards nearing the end of the city section itself, there comes one building that, while mostly decrepit and mostly just torn apart, there is scripture along the wall that probably was once at some point in time a statement or maybe an introductory wording, kind of like those messages you see where it's like, this place is this kind of city, welcome and enjoy, stuff like that.
It's
And
a
while most
welcome
of the
sign.
pretty much, yeah, it's pretty much the welcome sign inside of a building, probably like the tourist attraction. Most of the words are all just kind of degraded, but with the natural 20, you would be able to make out a couple of the words which give you that definition. There's one though that is a proper name. Of Illisonia.
Illisonia.
Awesome. More names for me to forget.
Any idea?
That's what notes are for.
Give me a history
Those are
check.
cowards.
Are you telling the rest of the party?
What's that?
Are you telling the rest of the party about this name?
I mean, he would say it out loud, yeah.
Everyone give me a history check. Ferrol.
I rolled a fucking 2. God damn it.
Veril even got a 3. He still went up to you.
Great.
They still.
Hey.
Yeah. I don't know why I went that direction. I'm dumb. Volmer. That name strikes almost like an alarm ring in your head. Illisonia is a civilization that was feared at some point. Being from Keeley specifically, they always had books on war and such. Illisonia was one that they have been seeking after for countless generations, because whatever Illisonia did basically called upon the entire world to stop them. And while that is something ultra dangerous, they want to have it for themselves.
Volmir prepares to overthrow another kingdom.
Do you let us know this information, Volmer?
So we should probably be careful.
What is that?
Why?
This is from that name. It's a civilization. I've read about it a few times. It was basically every nation in the world had to come together to stop them because they were trying to take over.
Looks like they were stopped. I gesture to the decrepit buildings and the ruined civilization.
We should burn down
But
those
there's
buildings.
there's
That's
still
the reason.
people here that we should be careful of. Is the thing.
We should kill them.
Okay, that maybe not yet.
We should. If
They may not be members of this civilization. Maybe they're
Might
just
not be.
travelers like us.
Is that really a chance?
We
that
should be
wanna take,
careful either
though?
way. Just
Well, very.
fantasy Nazi Germany.
To an extent. I was thinking more Japan, but yeah, that works.
Oh, you fucking weeb.
I mean,
Japan has the biggest military in the fucking planet, dude. If they kept sending numbers at us, they could have overrun you. That's why we had to drop a fucking nuke on them.
I need to fact check that bullshit. We dropped a nuke on them because fucking we were
retarded.
Yeah, but you
in.
realize if we didn't terrify them with that nuke, they could have just kept sending numbers at us, right?
Yeah, that's why they ended up doing it, to try to lower the amount of casualties on both sides.
Yeah. So we would have lost. If it wasn't for that nuke,
We were-
I'm 90% sure we would have
pushing them
fucking
back.
lost.
We were winning. It was just like,
We weren't in that fight at all to begin with.
true.
Regardless, as you guys are making your way through and this new information comes to light, It's about a 2-hour travel, so unfortunately the wolves would dissipate at this point. They only last an hour before you kind of start to arrive on the bonfire itself, where you can see through the trees, you see the small trickle of smoke and what is a small little camp that has been just torn down. You can see that there are like this makeshift leaf piles and the campfire that's had dirt kicked onto it and stuff. What is more notable is Varel. As you guys kind of arrive to this camp, and it's a very minor like look around here, you notice that against one of the trees, there's just this feather just kind of stuck into it. Except it's big. It's a big feather. It's almost the size of your forearm.
Can I go over and check it out? Maybe?
As you go and you grab it, you see this just pitch black feather, and as you hold it, you just feel this very tiny tingle of electricity through it.
Damn it.
Jack's gonna want that feather.
So, do I know what that is? Does anyone? I know. I obviously someone knows about it, but I don't.
You
I don't know
remember
what it is.
that there was a bird that attacked you guys at the planetarium that used electricity.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think we found our. I think we found them. They're somewhere around here. They've been
Some
here.
murder is on the table now.
Yes,
But
yes, it is.
Yes. Yes,
yeah,
it is.
Cool. Yeah.
Is there a way to safely grab the feather? Because I kind of want that for Volmir's flying blades.
Yeah, they can still hold on to it. It's just you can just feel this little minor surge of electricity going through.
I'm pretty sure Beryl picked it up.
Okay.
Is there
I need to
another
give
feather?
Astrid Frankie before I go for the murder things.
Like, if someone else wants the feather for now, that you can keep it, but I just kind of want it later on.
Oh
Is
no,
there-
you can have.
Hold
Here.
on to it.
I'm more saying it for Jack because he seems interested in it too.
Is there
Oh.
another feather anywhere in the area?
There are a couple kind of scattered around as you just kind of see that this bird probably used the tree as a scratching pole.
Okay, I'm gonna gather up the other feathers. How many are there?
Oh, it's about a dozen.
Okay.
God, what are you planning with this? Anyway, I'll take the one from Beryl if they're willing.
Oh my
Yeah,
sweet
take it.
summer child.
Volmir's Collector Swords has been unlocked.
Anyway,
Hopefully- Wait,
Sorry.
actually, would that can I roll Arcana to see if that would work?
Make an Arcana check.
I'm assuming it would, but I've assumed other things would work, and I wasn't sure.
The only thing is, it really would work. However, number one, these feathers seem like they're a little bit old, and they don't hold that much current to it. So this could possibly work. Maybe if they were preserved and or plucked from a actually charged bird.
Can I do like a quick look into the woods? They clearly left recently. Just like a glance to see if they're in the woods watching.
Make a perception check. No idea.
These things have a light electrical charge to them, you said?
Very faint, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like I already know where you're going with that, and I hate
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I have no clue what I'd take from the bird then, because I kind of want the lightning power from the spell.
Don't look at me
And
like
that
that,
is
Ashley.
not where my brain went.
Mine went to
Oh.
I can get stronger.
The moment that Jack said he wanted more of these feathers, I immediately knew that was what he was going
No, that's not where my head went. I was more focused on we're gonna die.
for.
I was focused on, fuck yeah, upgrades.
so let's keep our
Upgrades
eyes
equal upgrades.
because they could still be around.
Yep, they
Do
could.
you see any giant birds flying in the air?
No,
It's
but
not
you
stormy.
do distinctly remember that when that bird showed up, a thunderstorm occurred.
Yeah, it's not stormy. And I don't. Wait, is there a thunderstorm anywhere on the island?
On the north.
Thunderstorm to the north. That is
Whoa.
not moving.
We know where they are.
With that revelation, we'll pick up there next week.
We can jump them.
Oh shit.
What is with our group in Lost Civilization?
Fuck yeah.
We just attract those a lot. We're bad.
Y'all got some good. There's a lot of shit that you guys could have gone up against and like encountered, and you guys have rolled a lot of Lost Civilization crap.
5 dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck me. Y'all fucking revived one for fuck's sake.
I mean,
Ridiculousness. I know I've
Music
set up a lot of Lost Civilizations because of how the world is, but Jesus Christ, y'all fucking find them left and right. Ridiculous.
yeah.
We're just
We're,
good like
we're
that.
playing Lost and Found out here, man.
Kinda, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Alright. Well, with that, we will pick up next week. I'm gonna have to really quickly look over the recording so I can get you guys the lyrics on the song, because like I said, I fucking changed them because wording, and goddammit, I'm gonna hate listening to myself sing. God.
You did good though. Like
No,
I
don't.
was in
No.
chorus. With
No, it was
French
good.
and
I
Finn.
am probably making wonderful faces for that whole recording because it sounded scary and we were all gonna die.
I think you're
Uh-uh.
just too scared of dying for your own good. I think we'll be fine.
We'll be fine. We've
I
been
like
through a lot.
being alive, okay? I've had
No,
some
okay.
close encounters and I don't want to die.
Hear me
Well-
out. We've survived 5 dragons. What are these fucks gonna do?
We
Technically,
did
we've
get
only
kind
survived
of
one
close-
dragon.
We did get kind of
I've only
close
fought one of
to,
them.
like
Yeah.
dying murder things with the bird thing though, didn't
Yeah,
we?
these guys tried to kill us.
Yeah. And